What is up, ladies and gentlemen? As always, it is your boy JDiesel coming at you with another episode of Under the Radar. And as always, with me today, my partner in crime, Grandmaster FloKey himself. How you doing today, my man?
I'm determined, JDiesel.
You're determined?
I am determined to beat you today.
Oh my god, there's a first time for everything. But
seriously, it's good to be here. Thank you guys. And this is a big one. This is the end of the season, Jay. This is it. We actually started plotting Under the Radar after the finals. Our first episode was right after World Tour Finals last year with Wrath, which you can go check the VODs. You know.
Oh, I like the plug. Good on you, FloKey.
But we brought together two all-star guests.
Is this the analytical dream team right here?
I really do believe in this dream team and both of them have been blowing up recently in multiple ways than one. Please.
Sorry, Khalil hit the eyebrow, and I just laughed.
Oh, this motherfucker Khalil and Brad, thank you guys so much for coming back on the pod. How you guys doing?
Doing really good. I'm pumped to come back. I gave you the time to speak up, Khalil. I wasn't sure who was coming first.
Yeah, age before beauty, bro.
Yeah.
Whoa. Damn.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
What's up, people?
Damn.
But for the people, because we've had you guys on the podcast before, what have you both been up to since the last time we talked to you guys? We could start with Khalil.
I've been streaming a lot. I'm like at a pretty weird transitional part of like my career right now. So, like while I'm like filling out job applications and stuff, I stream really hardcore. I think my average stream time on Twitch is like 7 or 8 hours per day.
Woo,
It's actually been quite out of
It's definitely
and now like the community's all hyped up about like finals and everything like that. Like each other bets. It's gonna be a good time. For sure. The only thing is that like I don't know if you guys look at the schedule. For East Coast, the LC starts 3 a.m.
No, it's not.
It starts at 9 a.m. in France, so it's 3 a.m. for us.
Oh my god.
I'm like,
well, by the time that I wake up, I'll be able to catch the end and then go into top 8.
That's a bad hit.
It'd be like that sometimes. I will be up because there's one point that needs to be bet. I can't rest. They must.
Oh, are you?
They must have their leader.
I respect the grind, Khalil.
They must.
That's so. I know I'm gonna pop in at one point, like at the end where you're gonna be 6 hours in, and like, those could be like, hits. This seems the same GT Goku mix up for like the 40th time, and he's like, "You good? You had enough coffee? You hanging in there?"
Good stuff.
No, but yeah, but we also got Brad M. We had him for analytical for Summit Wrath in the Mix. So what have you been up to? Because a lot's been happening up towards your way.
Yeah, so after Summit, went down, did Red Bull Philly last year, did East Coast Throwdown Dragon Ball with another friend of the show, Romanova. And then now Boston is in the SFL Amateur League, so we're all really excited about really pushing that forward. So it's been a little bit more Street Fighter forward in the last couple of weeks, but we don't have to talk about that too much because I know we're all about a different kind of mix in this game.
But yeah, no, like I've been playing Street Fighter 5. That game is wild. Regardless, it's good to have you both back. Jay, are you ready for this? Because
I am definitely ready for this. This has been an interesting year of Dragon Ball. At this point, it's kind of locked. We're going to be making our predictions today about who we think's going to get out of it. I don't know. The way I'm feeling right now is like I feel like I know how this is going to end, but I don't know how we're going to get there. That's how I feel about the World Tour Finals right now. I feel like I know how it's going to end, but I don't know how we're going to get there and who's.
No, I feel that.
So I'm really, really excited to do this, and this is exactly the kind of crew that I love doing this type of stuff with. So I am pumped right now. So here's the question: Do we just want to jump into it? Do we just want to get into pool number 1 and start making these picks?
I think we should.
Now, now before we start making the picks, obviously we have to say what is at stake.
Oh God. yo,
because we have.
He would have looked over and it was like, yo, if it's not Wumpa, I don't want to hear it.
I don't know, bro. Listen, when FloKey came in earlier, he's talking about smoking himself. I don't know what's going on.
Well, okay, whatever FloKey was talking about, like the milk, that's entirely on him.
I don't know what the deal is with that.
I'm so ready for him to tweet out the video of that, or like whatever he's gonna do. I don't care.
Because here's the thing:
it's
even
gonna be
I don't
favorited.
win, as long as FloKey doesn't win, it's a win for me. So
unfortunate.
Like, that is a 3/4 chance here of FloKey getting smoked. So like that's pretty good for me.
If I get dead last, or if I don't beat JDiesel,
all right, those are fair terms. Those are fair terms for getting smoked.
Me, because
wait, if you get dead last, you have to be behind me.
That's what I'm saying.
But
he's saying if he gets second or third and you get first, then
no, you're right. You're right. I jumped the gun.
So, because the storyline's been, I've been 0 for 3.
You are in fact 0 for 3.
I am determined.
Okay.
And if I'm leaving the season, I am leaving the season
on a W.
On a W. And if I have to take an L and become a part of the Apology Man culture and do this one time, I will eat microwave cereal.
Oh my
with
God.
One.
No.
I will do it. And I will
actually terrified.
Prior to
well,
Beneath got people acting different, bro.
Yeah, it really does. All right, so FloKey has wagered. Whatever I'm wagering is equivalent to that, I guess. I don't know. I could wager the same thing, but I don't know about that.
Because I wasn't expecting people to wager anything on this, but this is just for the storyline for the people.
This is your redemption arc, is what you're saying.
This has to be my redemption arc. If I don't go into season 3 with,
if you go into season 3 0-4, I don't know, FloKey. That's tough.
That's that exactly. If I can go in 1-3,
1-3 is redeemable. Okay, that's fair.
Nobody beats you 4 straight, is what you're getting at.
Nobody beats me 13 times in a row.
Listen, I'm not.
Test.
So that's my plan. But yeah, guys, please follow along in chat. I'm gonna be checking chat ever so from time to time. And make sure you guys are tweeting out with us using UTR on Twitter. And yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the Excel document ready. So if you guys want to kind of maybe talk about people that you've had your eye on or kind of interested in going into this event.
Do you mean for the LCQ or in general?
Just in general, in terms of like the people who are already qualified in terms of like from the Saga events, not people coming in through LCQs, because we're gonna be doing that right now. Who are you guys feeling right now? Do you think anyone can stop the Goichi train?
Oh, okay. So this is actually interesting. It's funny to me that like so many people seem to think that like Goichi has this free when he lost the last Saga event to Sonic. I don't know why. Why is everyone so on the Goichi train? He just got and it was convincing. To me, it was convincing.
So I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you brought Sonic in so quick, because I don't know how we're going from the round robin brackets to the actual top 8. But I made some guesses, and I went through and made my picks. And in like 2 or 3 different simulations in my head, we have a run back of Sonic Goichi, and that's the only thing I can see happening in Grands.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly how I predicted this event ending. Is it's going to be Sonic Go. Who's going to come out on top? I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
One thing I am slightly concerned about is that, like last World Tour, Sonic just gets kind of picked off. Right. I think it could happen again. Now, granted, he wasn't in his top form at last World Tour. But it is one of those things that's a little bit in the back of my mind because it's got me thinking back to last year. But he's strong right now. He was kind of soft going into World Tour last year. I think he's ready this time.
Yeah, and I think Sonic's...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Take it, Brad.
I think Sonic's team selection going into World Tour last year didn't necessarily line up quite as well with the meta of the game at that time compared to Sonic is still playing base G to Kid Buu GT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
at least to our knowledge, unless he decides to do something crazy.
Right, like they might pull something
back
nuts
out
out
at the last minute.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what Sonic did for for World Tour last year or something?
Yeah.
It was some crazy pick in World Tour finals that it was like, why in the world would you do that?
They are notorious for that. They are actually notorious.
That's true. But I don't know. I gotta feel like this time is very, very different. I think this time Sonic really, really wants to win. And the fact that he won the last Saga event with the team that he's playing, I really doubt we're gonna see anything but the base Vegeta Kid Buu GT team.
I think
It's just
it's
like
Such a strong team.
yeah, it's like it's the secret to beating Goichi. Like he can just smoke. You can just smoke people. Every block string's a guess. It's
Well,
like
that's the thing, right? Is like Goichi's defense is impeccable. Like if you're expecting him to make a decision, Goichi is not making one, or he's making 4 at the same time in some crazy option select you didn't know existed. And Sonic's team's like, nah, screw that. Here's a 50-50.
yeah, guess.
You're not guessing right in X amount of 3 out of 5 sets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the footage of when Wawa and Goichi were playing a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah,
Like,
the
Goichi
infamous
just blocked for a
first to
minute.
10. Yeah. I
Just
saw
blocked
that.
for a minute and a half, and it's like that's the reality of what we're dealing with. Is like even as far back as Evo, it was so clear that Sonic and Goichi were just playing this game at a different level
Well,
than
the thing
everyone
is,
else.
Goichi, a lot of players will see a 50-50 opportunity to get out, and they will always take the risky option and try to force themselves out of the situation. Whereas Go doesn't do that. Go goes, I'm going to wait until you extend yourself to a position where I can just get out. I don't have to do the guesswork. I don't have to try to risk jumping out here or something like that. He doesn't take those. And as a result, a lot of players, they just kind of burn themselves out on Goichi. It's like the waves crashing against the rock, but the rock's not giving. And they're not wearing him down.
And like another thing, like going along with that, like it's definitely apparent that Goichi's philosophy about this game is to take as little risk on defense as humanly possible. And another big problem that people really didn't seem to go over is that a lot of people just weren't doing real mix-ups on him. They're doing a lot of staggers and like that stuff is great, but like against a guy who's not going to take any risk, you're not going to get anywhere. You can stagger all you want, he's just going to block. Whereas Sonic's team, when he puts you in block stun, he's like, I'm forcing you to make a decision, high or low. If you guess wrong, you get comboed. If you let me stagger and get my assist back, you have to guess again. So I think that's like, it goes into the whole mentality of like, unbeatable offense versus unbeatable defense. In this game in particular, it's like the unbeatable offense, everyone has to. Everyone's the same whenever they block Kid Buu assist. There's no difference between me, you, or Goichi. Like, we're all guessing. We're all guessing high or low.
You know what it is? And I somewhere else have said this, but Goichi is the protagonist. Dragon Ball Fighters. Goichi only uses the base colors. He's got the actual IRL Ultra Instinct. He's the only one that is not taking those risks. And to your point, staggers only work on someone that's anxious to try to steal their turn back or they're worried about it. Even in a situation where like Sonic is going to just use the stagger to get their assist back and do another 50-50.
Yep.
If Goichi feels comfortable taking that guess versus guessing through the stagger or something like that, it sucks. But the point is, you don't see Goichi swinging through the staggers, and the ways that one generally conditions someone to worry about the staggers and try to get them hitting buttons, Goichi doesn't bite in those situations. He's comfortable reacting to the Dragon Rushes or reacting to the 6Ms or what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like just one last thing on this. I'm sorry.
No,
like in Spain Saga, if you go back and watch the set, it's like actually really, really interesting. So you can tell that at the beginning of the set, Sonic and Goichi are sort of like embodying their play styles, like with Sonic wanting to play really heavy rushdown and Goichi just kind of playing that immovable rock roll. But you notice like after a few games that after Goichi has been forced to take block string into Kid Buu assist over and over and over again, he started moving away from his original philosophy of taking risks on defense. He starts reversal level 3ing. He starts trying to jump out of situations, getting counter hit. Like it takes a toll on you mentally to just take 50-50 over and over and over again. So I'm wondering if going into finals, Goichi is going to maybe slightly alter his philosophy against Sonic in particular, because like no one has punished him for that philosophy to the extent that Sonic has. Like no one on planet Earth has punished him for that. But Sonic has proven like you block, that is fine. My kid boo assist is ready. You will guess. If you block, we'll do it again. Like I do not care. Just keep doing it over and over again.
He's definitely. I think one of the reasons that Sonic, even last season, was one of the people who finally started showing the weakness in Goichi's defense was he's one of the only players who can instill fear. Because there's a lot of times where it's like you DR, it's like 6M. On a weaker player, if you 6M them and they get hit 2 or 3 times, they're going to start getting, they're going to start getting antsy, right? They're going to be like, oh my God, I can't get 6M. And they'll just start standing up, right? But Goichi's beyond that, right? Or, you DR somebody 4 times in a row, and now they're like trying to jump out, and then you smoke them, right? It's they got scared. All the lower level conditioning does not work on Go, which means that you have to go a step beyond that. And really, Sonic is the only person who's done that, who's pushed him to the point where he's like, no, you're not going to do that. You're going to be afraid of me or you're going to lose. And as a result, that mindset, that fear, means that Goichi can't rely on the impenetrable defense because Sonic will eventually break through. And once you take a player as good as Goichi out of their comfort zone, even every player, when they're in their comfort zone, they can schmoove, everything's easy, it's great. This bleeds into other aspects of play. Goichi might feel more pressure in some of his sets I've seen where he feels like he needs to start being more aggressive. That's really not the Goichi move, but if his logic is, if I become aggressive here and I put Sonic in the block string, I don't have to deal with the 50-50s. I don't have to deal with it. So you're changing Goichi's entire play style just by being threatening enough on offense. And it's very wild, and I think it's one of the only reasons that Sonic has been able to push him in a way that we haven't really seen a lot of other players push Goichi. Other players have beaten Goichi, but I haven't seen anyone who I felt have really pushed him or really forced him not to play the way he does.
True. That reminds me of Naruto when Gaara fought Rock Lee in the Genin, after Forest of Death. Like, straight up. Like, dead ass.
Do you see this face?
I'm being so serious. Because it reminds me of that because the way, that was portrayed. Like, Sonic, they are trying to get in on Goichi and, trying to break that rock mentality, like you mentioned, Khalil. So I think, that's the analogy that popped in my head. I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense.
All right. Well, the document is
that under
ready. It is time for pool predictions. So the way that we do pool predictions here at UTR, this is going to be round robin style. So the way the order is going to be Khalil, FloKey, Brad M, and then myself. So what's going to happen is for each pool, Khalil, you will start off with the first pool. You will list your 3 predictions. Now, the people that you predict, you do not have to call winners and losers who's out where.
Okay.
You just have to predict the 3. And then we're going to go around like that. And then for the second pool, FloKey will start this time. And then Brad, and then myself. This way, you can't just cheat off someone's homework the entire time. You are going to be asked to make some decisions here.
I feel like that was a direct shot.
That was not. I've definitely cheated off people's homework before. I'm not afraid to admit it.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, Brad and Khalil.
Look, I have met when someone's smarter than me. You think I'm not gonna copy? My God.
So I'm gonna own this up front right now. I didn't realize that the LCQ pools were even on here until just now.
Even better. This is gonna be off the cuff predictions
for Brad.
Man, I don't know half these names. I did go through the standings in general.
Well,
so no one can expose me.
There we go.
I'm owning that.
All right.
I'm owning that.
All right. The document is set. Chat.
What
give
is
me a
that?
second. All right. I'm going to be sharing this with you guys. Here we go. Ignore that. I don't need to update. So let me go ahead and actually drag this over to the middle of the screen so you guys can see. All right, chat. Khalil.
Hello.
We are starting in pool number 1.
All right.
Who you got?
My picks to get out of this, hopefully. I have Tachikawa.
Okay.
Actually, to be completely honest, Tachikawa is one of my favorite picks to win this whole thing.
Wow.
So I definitely
Same.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't know if you guys have checked out Burning Core's YouTube lately. They've been uploading a lot of like long sessions between Tachikawa, Kazunoko. I think B has been there, Taco has been there. It's been like really, really long sessions, and man, Tachikawa's execution looks really, really good, man.
Good form right now.
Yeah, he's looking real scary. I don't want to get put in the block stun by that guy at all. Tachikawa. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Is he still playing Frieza?
No, he's playing Team Gohan, GT Goku, Yamcha is his team. It's mixed, bro. It's mixed. It's nasty mix of damage. So it's nasty. So Tachikawa, I also have Vesprim, who's a very strong French player. And I didn't know much about Vesprim beforehand, but I saw him play at the recently the French guys had a summit style event called like Galaxian Explosion or something like that.
Sweet name for an event.
Yeah, I know, right? But I was watching the stream and I was like, wow, this dude is putting in work. He plays Kid Buu Bardock GT, and his decision making seemed really strong, and I think he could definitely make some moves in his pool. And then my last pick is Faisal Dante. I'm sure you guys have heard that name before. Very, very pretty strong Zamasu player. Does some really, really cool stuff. I've seen a lot of his combos, seen a lot of his play here and there. Also, he's a homie, stops by chat a lot. So
that's always nice.
I can definitely see him going far.
Wampa gang.
Yeah, fact. So those are my three.
Okay.
All right. FloKey, you are up next.
I do agree with Khalil on the Tachikawa and Falsa Dante picks. Those are two players that one I recognize, and I haven't really been tuning in because I have the last time I saw Tachikawa play was when he was still playing for like Hit Adult Gohan Frieza or something weird. And then I'm gonna take a long shot and agree with him as well and say Vesprim. I take his word on it. Because I haven't had a second to watch that French Summit, but I've heard like Noko was there, and a bunch of real high level players were there, so I'll definitely take that.
All right, kick it over to Brad.
So honestly, I saw Tachikawa in this pool, and that was all I needed to see. I agree with Khalil. Tachikawa is actually my pick to win the LCQ altogether. I mean.
Man's is cheap, bro. Man's is cheap.
No, but I thought that going into it, and FloKey will tell you I thought that earlier today.
No, I'm saying Tachikawa is mad cheap, bro.
Oh, you said man's a sheep. Whoa.
Damn! Khalil the shepherd out here, leading the sheep.
But, point being, Tachikawa is my pick for the whole LCQ. Everything that I thought about in terms of the bracket was Tachikawa in that LCQ spot, and that was the decision making I was making. And yeah, I mean, I'll second your opinions for the other two as well. I think you summed that up really nicely.
Are we cheating off homework?
I'm thinking about it. Oh man, the first poll would literally be all of us picking the exact same people. I mean, Tachikawa definitely gets... With 3 spots, there is no reality in which Tachikawa does not get out of this pool. Like, even if something wild happens, he's making out of his pool. There's no way 2 of these players beat him. So he's free. I definitely believe that. I like Vesprim actually more than Vice. Just barely. But I think I'd actually give him the edge. So the way I would think I would actually have him losing to Tachikawa instead. I think he's gonna get out on that side. It doesn't really matter, but I would give him the edge there. And yeah, I'm gonna give Vice 2. So God, it's gonna be a 3 for 3 for poll 1. Everybody all aboard.
So here's
like that.
Here's the thing. Like all these polls, I did skim through them earlier. A lot of people I haven't heard of ever are in these pools, like minus like the names that we know from the World Tour previous that didn't make it through like the top cut. So it's kind of like a free for all, right? So unless you know something, unless you know.
You know what? That is fair. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap up pool number 1, which means
pool 2.
It's time for pool number 2, which means FloKey, you're going first. Khalil is not gonna be here to light the way.
It's fine. That's fine.
All right, hit it.
I have Kane.
Fair.
And obviously coming out. Oh God, I've never heard of any of these people. Okay.
Thank you for saying it before I had to.
I do recognize one person, and I have to play. Listen. The DMV needs to be represented in some way.
Are you gonna pick TK Breaker?
I have to take TK Breaker. I mean, plus
he's repping his team, bro. You gotta get the pride.
I appreciate that.
And plus the fact that if I didn't pick DMV because most of this chat is DMV.
The chat smoke you?
The chat would smoke me. So it's for the culture. And then God, I gotta take another one. Jesus Christ. I am going to go with. I'm gonna go Silver Blades. I'm not confident in that one, but.
All right, Brad, over to you.
Okay, I will also go Kane.
All right.
And I will wear on my sleeve that in situations where pools are full of a lot of players where people don't recognize, it's obviously a really safe pick to pick the seeded player.
I mean, that's look, if you're here to make good predictions, that makes a lot of sense. If you are not clicking the projected and at least looking at it, like, come on now. That's free tech.
Not gonna lie, forgot that was a thing.
I definitely click that every time.
I was fully prepared.
I've done in my life.
Womp womp.
I don't need to be Galaxy Brain. I just gotta look like I'm Galaxy Brain. Come on now.
I will go Lestat. And I will also go Silver Blades. Sorry, the DMV can hate me. I didn't go down for you guys' monthly either.
Ooh.
Actually, I really hope TK doesn't go to losers because I like Lestat.
I've never seen Lestat play.
He plays at Fighting Tuesday.
Oh, do you see the look of recognition? FloKey's milk is getting warm already.
It'd be like that.
I can already imagine the bowl being put in the microwave.
I'm gonna pick Lestat.
But it's gonna be like you're gonna see your Cheerios and you're gonna grab your bowl and it's gonna be warm in your hands.
Who do I want for my third though? There is temptation to pick the boy TK Breaker. I think. Oh man. I actually think Breaker's gonna make it to the end of this pool, but he'd have to make it out that side unless he flips. God.
So part of the reason why I did take TK was because
his path is good, actually. Like,
and
looks...
plus he made a lot of noise in PR.
He did. He did do well in Puerto Rico. So like, it's not like TK can't win. Like, TK can definitely win.
Yeah. So that was where my lie. Like, if we take TK in this situation, I'm not gonna feel real bad about it. You know what I mean? Because, like, plus he's playing a not bad team. You know, it's Cell Baseku GT, but it could be worse. It could be playing Videl or Beers or Goku Black.
Those are all characters that I would. So
you could be playing.
So Silver Blades is a French player. Man, the French, everyone from Europe gets me scared because I feel like they could beat anybody. Like, just, not every single player, obviously, but Europe's got a lot of very strong people. No, I'm gonna take Silver Blades. It's harsh. I don't know.
You gotta look at him.
That might be wrong. I mean, Silver Blades, solid player, but he's also a young player.
That's true.
He's 15. And part of me is hesitant about this pick just because of the mental aspect, especially competing at something like LCQs. That's brutal. But I think I'm still gonna give him the nod. Khalil, come through and show me why I've been a fool this entire time. Who you got?
Nah, mine's actually the same. Mine is I have Kane listed in silver as well, but for a different reason.
Okay.
Kane, clear favorite.
Yeah.
This poll, whenever I looked at it, it didn't seem like it was going to be very hard for him at all. I think Kane is one of the people that's tending to win the as well. He's very good as long as he doesn't mess around with Blue Goku or whatever, because I know he likes to mess around with Blue Goku every now and then. As long as he sticks with the Team Gohan stuff, then I think he'll be fine. Lestat is part of the 21 gang, so
Yes.
I've always had my eye on Lestat. He's another 18-21 player along with Kasuga. Has made some really big moves at Fighting Tuesday. I don't know if he lives over there. I know he's originally from Mexico. I don't know why he is at Fighting Tuesday every now and then, but I've watched him play a lot because I have my
Yep.
I scope every 21 player like a hawk because I love judging gameplay. And he seems like he's pretty strong, so I have no doubt in my mind that he can make it out and lose somewhere. Silver Blades, on the other hand, is kind of like a boy wonder. He's really, really young.
Yes.
16 years old for France. And I think it's going to be harder for him than other people in the pool because I think, like, when you're playing fighting games and you're that young, like, emotions, man, it's hard. It's a tough environment. You're playing a lot of really, really tough opponents back to back to back, and keeping your emotions in check. Hard for adults, let alone for a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
So, I think it would be a really, really sick story if Silver Blades were to make it out, especially because Napa player.
Yup.
He's so, and I know last time I saw him, he was messing around with Beerus as well. So I don't know which he's bringing. Actually, the last time I saw him play, he was playing Beerus Kid Buu GT, which I think is a little better than the Napa team he was playing. But I think his skill is there. It's just a matter of the mental game, man. Mental is everything, especially in LCQs, because like the moment you get into that losers bracket, it is shark infested. It is such a hard road to go into losers from pools, let alone whenever we start talking about 48.
At least this version isn't single elim.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot better.
Yeah. If it was single elim, he's a player I wouldn't pick. I wouldn't pick someone like that for single elim, but with double elim, I think he can pull it together between at least kind of claw out loser side.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Brad M. Pull number 3.
Pool number 3. Okay, first pick is going to be Hero.
That's free.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I can only find footage that is so recent. Hero still playing 17?
Yes.
All right, free. Even if he was bad, I'm picking him. Even if this player is whack, there's a 17 who's seeded. I want to see more. I love that this character is getting love, and the reality is there's not a whole lot of 17 representation. That's something that in a bracket like this is probably going to be valuable because it's going to be the knowledge check.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in this pool, that's going to be, we keep remarking that maybe not all of the names are super widely recognized, and with that exposure that comes with name recognition comes experience, and not having experience against that type of a team is going to be really valuable. I also will go with, I'm not positive how to pronounce this, but Zover.
Okay. The combo monster.
Yeah. Well, why not, right? See some cool stuff, and then Enigma.
Mm-hmm.
I think is going to be my third.
Right.
It looks like 5 days ago he posted about how Blue Goku is actually secret top tier. So
oh my god, bro. He's been
maybe not the best choice.
Brad, I might just have to tag him in the list tomorrow. The analytics don't lie.
Oh, that list is wild.
He's got a 13.5-minute video about why he's secretly actually good in season 2.
I've just got numbers. That's it. That's all I've got.
Numbers don't get you CPM.
No, they don't. I don't get ad money for numbers, unfortunately. That's not how this works.
Damn.
So I'm definitely taking Hero.
Mm-hmm.
So DDG had results in 2018, but hasn't had much in the way of results this year. So they've done well in the past. Haven't really put up a ton recently. I think Enigma is going to make it out regardless of thinking whether or not Blue Goku is a high tier or not. Because, let me put it this way. People who push their character like that, whether or not the character is good or a threat, purely because of the amount of time they put into, like, actually trying to develop their character.
True.
That makes them a bigger threat to me than somebody who randomly picks up a top-tier team. Versus the person who's like, I'm going to make this team a threat. Because that means they're actually putting an effort. And some of their points were interesting. I disagree with the overall assessment. But I did actually sit down and watch the video. I thought there were some good points. As for the other two spot, Zover or DEDG? I don't know. DDG has had results. Zover's the combo monster. You know what? I'm going to give it to the combo monster. I believe. All right. Khalil, kicking it over to you.
Yeah. Easy for a hero pick. I think, like, people don't... Like, Hero has not been able to attend that World Tour event. Actually, it's only been to 2. It's only been EVO and Red Bull Japan. If he would have gone to, like, one more World Tour event and placed decent, he would have just qualified for final straight up. Because he placed 5th at EVO and 9th at Red Bull Japan, and his loss at Red Bull Japan, he got double eliminated by Fenrit. So he's actually been performing very well this World Tour, and I think he's gonna blow through this pool. I don't think give him. I have a lot of faith in the guy for sure. My other pick, fellow tech monster Enigma. I definitely got to pick Enigma. He's part of the group of people that are really just like trying to put information out there for the people. And I hold that very near and dear to my heart as a fellow tech monster. I really, really hope he makes it out of his pool. And I think his skill is there, so I'm not too worried. And my third is definitely, I'm going to take DEDG. And the reason I'm taking DG over is I think his team is like really hard to deal with, actually. He plays Z Broly. You know how many people don't know how to fight against Z Broly, bro?
That character
like,
can eat you up,
that
too.
character is evil. That character is evil. It's like, I don't know how they made that character and thought it was okay. And then not only does he have Z Broly, he has the GT assist, of course. So every single hit's gonna hurt really badly. And then he has Baseku, who's like Baseku. It's really funny that like on release, Baseku like wasn't that great, right? Then like after just a few buffs, character's such a problem. He's playing two characters, Z Broly and Baseku, that just have the command grab. Like every time they put you on block stun, you're just worried about the command grab. Like you're just worried so much. Like yeah, exactly. And it's like the moment they don't command grab, you just get smoked and then you die. And it's like, wow, that impulse is very valuable. So I'm gonna take DG.
All right, FloKey.
I'm gonna agree with Khalil. I'm gonna take it 100%.
All right, I'm going to copy and paste Khalil's.
Listen,
it'd be like that.
Because I've never. Again, it was one of those situations where I know of Hero, and he was playing.
Yeah, no, Hero is free.
And no Enigma, and I was like, once you kind of like when Khalil said that, I was like, I would be scared of that. If I'm scared of that. Think about on a world tour stage, like you have 2 command grab characters in your face, like that, and that's just spooky. That's spooky.
It is. It really is.
I get scared of 1 command grab character, let alone 2, because command grabs just create that mental game where it's like you don't have the luxury to down back or just react to cross ups, or because you're worried about cross ups, DR, command grabs, staggers. It gets to a point where you're just like, you can't actually worry about everything.
Sure.
You're gonna get
it overloads your stack. It's what we like to call that.
There we go. All right. So that means it is going to be me kicking off pool number 4 here. All right. Let's see who we got. All right, this pool. Oh, where's my free space on my bingo card?
Why do you need a free space?
Well, somebody like Hirohiro or Tachikawa, like I'm not thinking. I'm clicking, right? Like I'm putting that in free. I actually. All right.
Wait, but
Hey, don't
you
say
not
anything.
feel like
Don't
you
say
have
anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
I know Taco.
I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Okay, but there's levels. There's levels to free. There's like world class level free, and then like national level class free. If that makes any sense.
That's
Okay.
Maybe I split too many hairs in my life, but you know.
okay.
So
beer.
I've got Taco and a phone number. So
Yeah, I don't know what all the numbers were.
I have absolutely no idea. I guess he just chose to sign up that way.
No,
Fair.
It's his parents' license plates, so they don't get towed when they bring him.
not like this.
That's true.
I'm
Code.
gonna take Raw Kid. And then who would I have on the other side? That's kind of funny. I'm just gonna take Bar 2K because I don't know enough about good Gestion, which is a great name, by the way. But I'm gonna keep it simple. All right, Khalil. I'm sure you know more about this pool than I do.
Okay. First of all, Taco is absolutely a free. Trust. Taco is like,
Oh
man, this kid he's 16 years old and he's just so good at. And it makes me sad because like I know like in Japan they take high school much more seriously.
Yeah.
Over there. So I do know that like this tournament is it for him because he's gonna be focusing on school after this. So this is like his last hurrah. So I know that he really, really wants this, like really, really wants it. And like if you've watched Fighting Tuesday, like week in and week out, this kid is something special. Like I said, that between that and the Burning Core like sessions that I've been seeing, he just smokes people. It's actually insane. Like he plays Don't Gohan double beam, and he just like mauls people. It's like he doesn't need a kid boo assist. He just makes such good decisions in neutral. He just makes you explode. So I think Taco is definitely gonna win that pretty.
Also, sorry, I meant to say Black Shazam over Bar 2K. So let me just before you pick, because that way I can't go back at that point. So continue.
My next is Black Shazam. He is really, really strong player from France. France, of course, is going to be rolling deep to this tournament because it's in France. And I think a lot of people are going to get educated on just how strong the French community is because they're very, very strong. And I think Black Shazam is one of those people that they're going to look at the people that got out of the pool and be like, wait, who's this guy? Like,
who is this guy?
Who's Black Shazam? Like, why did he make it out like so like in front of everyone else? Yeah, I think he's very, very strong. I really hope so. Like, if you look at the bracket, Black Shazam and Rocket are actually slated to play each other in winter semis. Hope to God I really, really hope we get to see Black Shazam versus Rocket. I think that'll be a really, really and the win, like the match means a lot too, right? Because the winner automatically makes it top 48.
Yep.
And the loser has to go down and fight like potentially 2 or 3 more rounds, and loser. That's a lot.
That's
in an
stressful.
LCQ, right? Like it's a lot. So Black Shazam. So and then for me, it came down to either Rocket or Kyle P. I don't know if Kyle P is actually going. For those of you who don't know Kyle P is actually a very strong Zero player from Marvel 3.
Oh God.
I didn't know that he was even like I heard that he was playing this game, but I didn't know how he was playing the game. But I mean, he's in bracket here, so part of me, like, actually, no disrespect to Rocket, he's very strong. He could very easily make it out of the pool. But like, I think just for the sake of like this dude was playing Marvel 3 from my childhood, I'm taking Kyle P.
Oh,
Kyle
dark
P
horse
is
pick. I like that.
right? Kyle P is mad funny, bro. I think it'd be really funny if he made it.
All right, FloKey.
easy. There's
Okay.
a lot of players like
So
I haven't
Taco easy, fair.
go easy. I agree with Khalil on Kyle P. And this might put me in the hole, but I think Rocket's gonna make it out of the pool. I don't think Black Shazam makes it. Again, this is me going off base of what I've watched.
Okay.
Mhm.
But Rocket, plus he's playing Team Gohan, and that's a heat-seeking missile to your face.
Yeah.
And I am listen. I posted on Twitter the other day of Khalil, like there was a sleep and pick up Khalil. Not Khalil, Calimac, sorry. And I posted Calimac's dreaming of a full screen LOL from Team Gohan.
Every time.
I'm mad. Separate. I was on Khalil for like a good 2 minutes. I'm so sorry. You don't play that character. I'm so sorry. How would I lump you into that degeneracy?
It'd be like that.
You play 21. You're a man of class.
Look, there are like 621 mains in my region. 21 mains are their own legendary class.
I don't know what's up with your region.
Okay,
like-
Khalil, I want you to tell me, why are there so many 21 mains in my region? There's 6.
I could not tell you. I literally could like every other region is like deprived of 21 players, but 'cause I guess they all live there. I
Yeah.
don't really know what to say.
It blows my mind because everywhere time I look at
You're like,
tournaments,
guys, look at me.
I look at tournaments other places, and there's like 128, 121 player in like the entire region, and then mine just has 6. I literally have brackets where like my 4 matches will all be 21 players.
That's so funny.
Living that. Do you know how scared I am of command grab and Ginyu giving purple teleport makes me cry so much? Oh my god.
It's a very good matchup.
My life
Yes.
is suffering. Anyways, Brad Muse, enough about my suffering. Who do you got?
No. More of your suffering. I think that's what we all came here to really hear.
Not
Look,
like
if
this.
Ginyu
Yeah.
didn't give purple steals, I feel like it would be slightly less terrible. Like 21 bullies Ginyu into the ground because she's really, really good at keeping projectiles on screen. And I get so scared because they have the aerial command grab too, and it's just it's so many levels. It's so many levels, and Ginyu's terrible at dealing with all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that matchup goes.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's fact.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, Taco's the free pick. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what this is about you drawing these weird delineations. Even if you give Taco like the national level pick, I think the tier of competition that Taco gets to play all the time is like enough that you can feel secure in this seating.
Look, when I said not a free space is like for me when I am filling out a bracket, a free space has to be a player who is at least 2 tiers above the level of the event they're playing in.
Okay, sure. Well, I mean,
That's for me. He is 1 level above what he's playing in, so it's not a free space. I'm going to pick him, but it's not a free space. That's I know that's really specific, but that's how I look at filling out brackets personally.
Okay. Fair enough.
okay. On top of that, I'm also gonna say Black Shazam.
Okay, that's a powerful name, by the way.
It really
That's
is.
a great name. It's
I
actually a
feel
amazing
like
tag.
I feel like I'm not saying it right. There's something that needs to be there when you utter it that I can't bring to the table, and it
It's
feels
like a
wrong.
thunder crack. Like
Something needs to be there.
An accent.
Like my lights need to go out or something. I don't know what it is.
Shazam!
See,
Stop. Fucking.
it's a weird pick, but I kind of want to say Mega X.
Okay.
It looks Mega X, another base G to Kid Buu, so it's got
Strong
that
shell.
crazy mix potential. But base G to Kid Buu, base coup, and I'm a sucker for some base coup. You got to drop some bombs on some people.
I feel that.
There's that kindred spirit. Wawa is another one of my favorite players. Base coup on the map. If I see base coup, I'm in your corner. It's not the best reason, but it's it's behind. It doesn't have the strength and the neutral control that you get from putting GT or SSJ in the back or something like that.
True.
But it's got, it's got the damage potential.
He's also gonna grab some people, especially
That
in this
too.
type of scenario Like, it was kind of like was mentioned earlier with, like, the Broly. Having a command grab in a high-intensity situation is so scary because a lot of people, and I feel like a lot of people do this on defense, they commit to what they're going to do before they do it. Not in terms of, but they're like, I'm going to block right here. Or I'm going to, because you have to be committal. You don't, there are sometimes you can wait, but like, if you kind of be wishy-washy, and you're like, oh, it's a stagger, and then you try to mash, you're probably getting hit. If you're not committing to your mash, or you're not committing to your jump out. But I definitely think that's a strong pick, and that's going to take us to pool number 5. Khalil, you're starting us off.
Of course, homie, Obi Assassin.
Yep.
Of course, Obi Assassin. Hit God. Just like, man, he's one of those people that I think if he got to go to like 1 or 2 more World Tour events, easily could have qualified. He was 5 slots away.
Right.
5 slots away, like in terms of points, is actually not that much, to be honest. Very, very good placing this year, 2 top 8.
Yep.
I think he's been grinding really, really hard as well. He comes in the chats all the time. I can tell he's definitely doing his homework, and he wants to win. So I think he will do very well. My second pick is Japanese player Kana. Kid Buu, Bardock, SJ player, has pretty good results, actually, like results that would kind of fly under the radar. I think he's one of those players. I think it's just a result of when you talk about Japan in this game, there's just so many players to hold in high regard, right? It's like, so like that second tier of Japanese player, while they're extremely strong as well, they kind of don't really get talked about, and I think Kana falls into that. But I think in pools, they're really going to make some moves. And then my last pick, Percival, a French base Vegeta player. He plays base Vegeta double beam. And he has actually had ridiculously good results throughout the year. Like, he has not placed outside of top 16 this entire 2019.
He had one time that he was outside top.
Oh, yeah. He Celtic Throwdown. He got 17th. Yep. But other than that, he's been really, really strong. He's gone through a few teams. He finally got rid of TN. He used to play TN. He doesn't play TN anymore. He's picking top tiers, and he's trying to win. So I think he's going to go and he's going to smoke people.
All right. FloKey.
You did this. Listen, those were my picks when I skimmed the pool, but like,
all right,
it
control V, control.
Yo, I don't have to eat warm milk because of this. I am warm cereal because of this. Because I have watched Percival in the past. Now I watched kind of Funny Tuesday, and Obi Assassin makes you want to play hit so much.
I'm actually kind of surprised Percival wasn't seeded better, or isn't projected to get out. Actually, like, given his results have been so insane, and
the crazy
tournament's hard, man.
Yeah.
It's like 7 was because we have 7 in the States, and we have a couple people in the States are still playing hit. But like Obi Assassin, oh god, I love you, Dad, but Obi Assassin better, bro. He's God, that can't.
All right,
that's true. True hands in the pocket.
Hands in the pocket, Brad.
For pool 4?
Yep.
Yeah,
pool 5.
Obi Assassin
Pool 5.
and pool 5. My bad. Yeah, we just did 4. I was on the right page. Obi Assassin and Kana, no doubt. I have literally nothing that I can add that you didn't already. Hands in the pocket. One of the also still playing Goku Black too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the holdouts.
Of course.
Bro, Europe loves Goku Black. They still are playing him.
You know why? It's because he's got the accent. It's before Sean Schummel knew how he was going to voice the character.
Oh,
That's got to be.
I actually got it.
And who's your last pick?
I'm going to go Kamikaze JD.
Mm-hmm.
The Chinese player?
Yeah, Chinese player. It looks like Kid Buu, GT, still rocking the Go tanks in the back too, which I think is interesting. It's all small bodies.
Daddy daycare.
Sure, it's annoying team.
Ooh.
Annoying
Team kindergarten, bro.
Yep.
Team kindergarten. Solo snap off the Go tanks. You know, like this. It's the game plan is interesting, but I think it's there and it's just different enough that I think it'll shake people. And with Kid Buu and GT in the front, Go tanks is still good. Like, what's not to love?
I was definitely between JD or Percival. Percival has just had such good results this year that I think he's going to clinch that third spot. I think Obi and Connor are going to do it as well. So I'm also going to be on that line. But I think Obi and Connor are getting out no matter what. Like
Percival has a game, Grand Blue Fighting Fantasy. Duh. I'm gonna stop.
It's okay.
Great.
I'm gonna stop.
FloKey.
Yo, what up?
Pool 6.
Oh god, this pool. I don't know anybody besides.
For a second, I thought you were going to end it with I don't know anybody, and I just read Nakiel's name, and I was going to be really concerned.
No, I know Nak. Oh god, because Nakiel was obviously my pick. I feel like the story with him, with everything that happened with, I think it would be poetic justice right now. He was so close last year, right? I think he made a top 8 or a top 2. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, he was in finals for one of the LCQs last
year. Yeah, he was this close. I think this year he clinches it. I think he's going to be top 3 for the LCQ for me, for sure. As for everybody else, oh, Jesus. Oh, God. I'm going to go, because I know the tag. I see the sponsor name. So I know it's a French player. I'm going to go with Flash number 47 on a whim. That's on a whim. God. And then I'm going to go with Easy Man because that just sounds godlike. It just sounds good.
All right. Brad Muse.
So, Nakiel, once again, I'm curious if you're going to justify this as the real free spot or just the national tier free spot. But Nakiel's been, even going as far back as the beta, Nakiel's been one of the people really pushing the boundaries of this game.
True.
Nakiel was one of the first people to really push the boundaries of adult Gohan. I found, when I was first started playing and I was playing adult Gohan, Nakiel was the player that I watched, and I still, up until very recently, it felt like Nakiel was the only player that was really playing that character as optimally as I felt like he could be played.
Breaking the mold for it, right?
Yeah. Real trendsetter with that character in the way that, not everybody gets to be.
Yeah.
Second pick is going to be Easy Man.
Yep.
Another, in so much as I can tell, I believe European player. Is that top 16 at UFA? Switzerland, yes.
Easy Man has barely missed a couple top 8s. Like, he's a strong player.
Very odd team as well.
Yeah, he could beat Nakiel. I'll put it that way. I think he's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, but good thing he's on the other side though. So at least Nakiel doesn't have to worry about it in the final.
Is this gonna be like most of these where the two who make it out are gonna play right away, or how
it looks based on how I'm reading it on Smash GG, it looks as though the two that make it does influence winners versus loser side seeding is how it reads, but I don't know if that's just what Smash GG does by default, or if they're gonna take it independently of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
And who's your third pick, Brad?
I just had it pulled up and now I've lost it. Oh, curses. Bakura.
Mm.
You got the Millennium Necklace?
Yeah, you got a rocket.
Damn.
Dude, send your opponents to the Shadow Realm.
I'm done.
Oh my God.
All the way from a different anime on a different network.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bringing the Fox Saturday morning all the way to Toonami.
All the anime references on this episode.
Oh my Lord.
You know what? I'm gonna hit the Control Z, Control V on your picks. Nakiel. Nakiel's making it out. Easy Man has barely missed. He's got a couple 9ths at World Tour events. Incredibly strong. Again, I think he can actually beat Nakiel. And Bakura has been at the training camp.
Okay.
So I'm feeling kind of good about that. Is like he has been at the training camp. I think he's going to do well. I think he makes it out. I don't think he's beating the other two, but I think he gets out in that third spot. Khalil.
Yep, those are also my 3. Yep. I have mine written on my sheet over here. It's just like I think that it's one of those situations where this pool, I don't know if it necessarily has less depth, but I think the seeds in this pool are pretty much going to perform to. I do think that this is a very, very important point in the tournament for Nakiel because I've been watching Nakiel for a while now, and while he's not having as many health complications as he used to,
Yeah.
there are definitely recorded instances of him kind of running out of steam.
Oh, stamina.
In tournaments still, like it feels like he's not all the way back up endurance wise, which is understandable. He went through a lot. Thank God he pulled through the way that he did. But I think that this is a must-win. Is a must-win situation for Nick. I think his chances go to virtually zero if he loses in pools.
Yes.
He needs to stay in winners. Must stay in winners. Because the moment you drop the losers, you pretty much double the amount of matches you need to play, and that endurance is really going to catch up with you. So I really, really hope Nakiel can pull through in that.
True. Out of all the players we've talked about, I don't see Nakiel winning the LCQ. For me,
straight up,
yeah, I don't see him winning it.
Oof.
It's not. Now, granted, that's not to say Nakiel is going to go out like a buster. I think he's going to make it deep, but I don't see him winning. Not in this field. Not under.
I feel that.
That's just how I feel to just like make a statement. No, and Nakiel, if this gets clipped and passed to you,
you're done.
No, I think you're a phenomenal player, and I hope you outperform my expectations.
Nak's gonna like comment because there's been times where we've like downplayed a lot of players, and in my brain I'm like, they're gonna probably find about this podcast.
Look, here's the thing: a lot of people will always play it 100% safe every time, and they'll never make a statement. When I make a statement about a player, it's not indicting the player as a person. It's just like, as a competitor at this moment in time, with the going up against the best in the world, I think you're gonna have a hard time, and I don't see you winning it. Now, granted, is he gonna top 8 LCQ? Strong chance. Is he gonna win it? I don't know. Will be seen.
No, I feel just to piggyback off of that, I think I 100% agree with that assessment. Looking at who is in the LCQ, I think, is he going to top 8? Absolutely. Is he going to get out? Perhaps not, is my exact sentiments.
Yeah.
Pool 7 now, right?
Yeah?
Yeah. Lucky 7.
Now, one thing about this pool, I thought, is Kuba able to go? Because I thought Kuba said he wasn't.
Not.
Yeah, he backed out. He can't go.
Kuba,
that's
Kuba
unfortunate. Kuba was one of my picks.
Yeah, Kuba is no longer attending.
Well, that's unfortunate. Does Kuba still play hit Bardock Trunks, or is that old?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That would have been a sick team to see. Shades of Kevin Tech in that team.
Yeah. Shout out to Kevin Tech, bro. What a homie. I love Kevin Tech.
Unreal. My one additional brief snippet off of Dragon Ball, but Kevin Tech made the 5th SFL Amateur League spot for Boston.
Yo,
that's dope. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, so
who you got, Brad? I just thought I would put that out there before somebody picked Kuba. I wasn't going to do that to you.
Well, thank you for doing that because Kuba was on my list. I was going to say Mr. Popo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was going to say Kuba. Now I got to make another pick. Actually, I think my picks were ending up wicked boring and were exactly the projected because it was going to be Kuba, Mr. Popo, Yasha. But without Kuba, that changes things a little bit. I'm trying to look over the bracket and see how that makes me feel about certain matchups. You know what? I'll just play it safe and say Gamba after. We'll just bump the... If I ended up at the projected, then we'll just bump it down in the projected.
Okay. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah. I think Gamba sort of has to make it out. He shouldn't, but I think he's going to. Based on the change, which is very fortuitous for him because now you don't have to play that match, which means that he has to win 2 games to get out of his pool. Anybody on that side now, that's a pretty nice look for you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me win 2 games and I'm out at worst loser's side, top 48.
Yeah. And a World Tour event.
Yeah,
huge.
that's pretty nice. So I think I'm gonna give it to Gamba. Mis Gambas, the shrimp. Anyways, I do agree with Yasha and Mr. Popo. So I am going to be in your corner here, Brad.
There we go.
I think this is a shame. I think Kuba would have definitely made it out of this pool.
Oh,
Like,
free.
Yeah, I don't think there's a world in which Kuba doesn't make it out of this pool, but unfortunately, it is what it is. So Khalil, you're up next.
This is actually interesting. I'm about to drop some stuff on you.
Oh, do it.
So first of all, I think that even if Kuba was in this pool, he was not making it out in winners, and the reason is that I think Garu, who is on his side, a very, very strong 16 player from Japan, took Bombabon to last hit at Japan Saga, almost put him into losers real early.
Okay.
I think Garu is very, very strong as a player, and with Kuba not in his way, I think he could conceivably make it to finals in his pool.
Okay.
But either way, I had Yasha winning this pool. Yasha won the boot camp in France, the France boot camp that I was speaking about earlier. He won it over Gila, over Noka, over Wade, a ton of strong players in France. Yasha looks like he's playing out of his mind, and I think he's going to make some big moves at this. Sure. So Yasha, Garu, and then my third would have been Kuba, but I will say Mr. Popo due to Kuba not being able to attend, unfortunately. But Mr. Popo, obviously very strong. I think he plays Team Goichi, if I remember correctly. Can't go wrong, right? Can't go wrong.
It's Goichi's team's kind of interesting. I'm going to derail things for just a second. How do you feel about Goichi's team for players who aren't Goichi?
It's weird.
I think
I like that.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine because I think double beam right now is a very, very shell to play. I don't think it's hard to play double beam because you're pretty much focusing on the neutral. Where mid and low level players struggle with Goichi teams is how do I open people up? How do I open people up? Because usually your execution on Universal Fuzzy isn't good. It's not clear. Bardock, he has tools, but it's not as straightforward. Whenever you're playing against characters with better key blasts who cover different angles and stuff like that. So it really tests your neutral as a player. And I think that's why Goichi has found so much success with it, because his team enables him. He has two beams. He has godlike neutral as a player, and he can just make things happen with Bardock on point no matter what.
Yep.
But I think that path is much more unclear for people who are not at that level of Goichi. So
Sure.
I think it's a fine team, but it's not easy. I wouldn't say that it's easy to play.
It's
I don't
not
think
a team I would recommend to very many people. There
Yeah,
are a lot of
I-
very strong teams I would just be like, yeah, just go ahead and pick up and play this team. That is not one of those teams.
Yeah,
Which is weird because it's three high-tier characters, but it's no, it just the way it plays is very, very different.
Yep.
It's
exactly.
three high-tier characters, but none of the characters are in a way to make up for your weaknesses in neutral. It's exactly what Khalil said. It is only going to enable you. It's going to take what you have and it's going to make it greater. But if what you bring to the table isn't good enough, then it's not going to do anything for you. You don't have the lockdown to you need to be able to sit there and look and go, it doesn't matter if I don't open you up this time. I'll open you up next time, the time after that. And my defense is good and my neutral is good and I'm not worried. And if you can't do that, if you can't say that of yourself in your play, then you are going to end up better suited migrating to a team that is going to allow you to make better use of the opportunities that you do get.
Very, very much agree. FloKey.
This was a situation where I was going to pick Kuba as well.
Okay.
Again, I've been really out of the loop with a lot of international players, but I've been convinced on Yasha 100%. I think winning a caliber of that event just gets my vote on default. And just for the fact that the name is so good is Mr. Popo.
You know what? That's
Real rap?
completely fair.
Can we be real? If Mr. Popo was in this game and give him a Kami assist, or a Kami's in the game with Mr. Popo assist,
Bruh, how have I never literally once considered Mr. Popo as a DLC character?
It's like
he doesn't fight, does he? He just
No.
no,
He
but like
like deflects people. It's I don't know exactly what his gimmick would be.
he would just be all key. He would just be all key blast. And
I think the only time he ever did anything close to fighting was when he was like training the humans.
Doesn't Mr. Popo swallow a Kamehameha at some point?
I think that might be an OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Could you imagine if he could just eat your opponent's beam assist?
Finally a counter to GT.
And then
Or
he can
better
throw it back at them, like, but it's double strength or something. I don't know. That's enough about Mr. Popo. FloKey, who's your last pick? It's getting way off topic.
What's up?
Who's your third pick?
I have Yasha, Mr. Popo, and I'm gonna go Garu.
All right. And it's going to be me kicking off pool number 8. LK.
Oh no, this story.
I'm not telling any stories. LK is going to make it out. That's it. That's it. LK's feeling himself right now. I will say that, though.
He's playing base Gita now, right? Okay.
no. He's playing Team Gohan.
Yeah, it's Team
Back-
Gohan.
Yeah, Team Gohan double beam.
Okay, so he went back.
Do I like Kasuga? Yeah, I do. I'm taking Kasuga. I'm sorry. I had to
It's fine. It's fine.
Gets PTSD over 21 players. Do I like Kazuya? I do.
Look, it's one of those things, and I like Fish's team. Adult Gohan GT Yam. That's one of I like that team. I'm gonna take Fish. I like that team convinces me alone.
That's classic team, bro. That's classic. When GT came out, that was like classic.
All right, Khalil, who you got?
I actually have the same. I think Kasuga's a homie, 21 homie. I'll always take the 21 homie. And I think he will be the 1 and 2 to win. Lord Knight, I don't think there's anyone really path to many people. But fun fact, the guy right before his match, the FN is actually a very, very stupid stream monster who I see in a lot of chats.
Yeah,
talking about how the game lacks defensive options and he wants to be able to do something other than just block. So my hope is that somehow, because sometimes like whenever you're stream running, you have to put something on stream like for your your early rounds just to pass the time. I hope that he gets offered up as a sacrifice to LK so we can see him get smoked. So
watching LK smoke people is I'm glad you added that bit of lore. That really enhanced the bracket for me.
I'm just saying, like, and LK, if you guys have ever seen LK play in person, it's actually really funny because when he's playing someone who's not good at the game, he like talks to them. You're idiot, like while he's comboing you, you're actually so stupid. Like it's
my
so
favorite
deep.
is when he just deadpan turns, looks at you, and goes, "Why'd you do that? Why are you doing that?
Like,
why are you hitting buttons right now?" And I'm sitting there like, "Okay, I don't know why I'm hitting buttons. I'm just hitting them." He just keeps yelling at me. I'm like,
I have PTSD final round. I have PTSD. Like I took a pick. I think I did reflect 5H because he swung, and he was like, "Why?" And I was like,
my favorite is when like you think something's good and you tell him, but he doesn't agree, so he goes, "Yeah, I guess."
yeah, I guess.
Yo, he was up here for PAX like last year, and it was at the time that he was playing. I think he was doing Go Tank 16. I think at the time he had Ginyu in the front, and I had a conversation with him. I'm like, "Yeah, man, Go Tank 16 right now really feels like the shell." And he went on this whole spiel about like, "No, it only works if you got the team that can play the right neutral, and Ginyu can do that." And the next time I saw him, he wasn't playing that team.
I think my favorite interaction with LK definitely has to be, it was at CEO and I was getting ready to take my flight out, and it was me and my brother, And LK and me are talking because we met each other a bunch of times. And we were sitting there chatting, and we were discussing the world tour, team changes, some stuff about Hook Gang God. And my brother, he's like, I wish I had performed a little bit better. And my brother's like, yeah, your trunks wasn't that great. And LK just stops, and he turns over to and he's like, who are you? Who are you? He's like, I was just, and he like goes off a little bit. And my brother's just like, it just wasn't that optimal. He's like, I watched Sage play. And and it was the funniest shit. Oh my god, it's clipped on LK's channel somewhere. But LK was still feeling some kind of way like the week after. Oh my god, it was great.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
In your brother's defense,
Okay,
if we're comparing Sage's trunks to literally anyone's,
that's true.
I mean, like, okay, so I think the biggest point of disrespect for LK is that he taught Sage Trunks.
That's the thing.
He's the one who taught Sage Trunks, so it's like, I could see why he was like, bro, who do you think you are? Like,
It
you
was-
know,
alright, but
you know-
one of
you know
them
what
is
I mean?
still playing the character.
It was
No, I get that. But for what it's worth, I love Sage to death. He was from my region. I don't think he's the best Trunks right now. I don't. I think Kawamatsu's better. But
Wait,
I'm
who?
just saying. Kawamatsu.
See, these are the type of reasons I like telling stories. We get discussions like this, and it's like, I don't know, it killed me so much because my brother just had the audacity to just say this to LK. LK had never met him before. He was just like, who are you?
Did you say you were waiting for a flight?
Yes. So we're sitting in
imagine
the hotel lobby waiting to get picked up to go to the airport, and so we're just talking to LK, and my brother just says that to LK. And
Like,
then-
imagine you're just waiting for a damn Uber and someone's like, hey, you're not that optimal. Like,
Hey man, it's like
Where do they find these people, bro?
I know
What's going on?
that he would probably say okay, buddy, and just walk away.
that's
Oh,
that. Oh my god, FloKey, who's your pick for pool 8?
Oh my god. I do have LK and Kasuga for sure. You know, I've had my woes about LK since he doesn't play Trunks, because I do believe he is one of the best. I'm with Khalil. He is one of the best Trunks. If you're looking at the East Coast, like when LK plays Trunks, it's like a dream. It's like a dream sequence. Like the reason why I played Trunks Yamcha is actually because of LK. Like real talk. So, and then Kazuya, I watched him play a lot, and then plus 21 gives me nightmares. His 21's really, really good. Next to Matoe. God, I just have Kite in the back just looking at me. It's like, why have you picked the 21 player? It's like, oh god. And then I'm going to take. Oh god. I'm gonna take Fish just because of projected Smash GG.
All right.
Okay,
fair.
at least he's honest.
Brad.
I just copy and paste it.
All right, copy and paste,
I had the
boys.
same selections. I had LK. Is the obvious favorite out of the pool. Yeah, I for all of the reasons listed above, I had the same selections. If you have me go last, and everybody agrees,
You're like shit.
And see, that's where you're supposed to come up with. Actually, this player was born and raised in the Swiss Alps, and so I think they're gonna have an advantage at this event. But you know what?
that's where Khalil has me beaten. Is he's got the secret lore from
true. He knows the stream monsters in the pool. That's a level of understanding I aspire
Right?
to know. Like,
Bro, I hope he gets smoked so much you don't understand. I hope so much it gets recorded. Oh my god.
See,
and then whenever go ahead, good.
sorry, that's the kind of player who's not allowed to win because then it
Yeah,
validates
exactly.
everything they've ever thought. It
Yep,
can't happen.
exactly.
Dude,
I'm
I
just
know
like,
people like
man.
that. You see them win, and you're like, oh my god, how did nobody beat you? Like, just
Oh my God. I can't imagine him and LK playing, because LK would be doing that. He would be like, "Why are you doing that?" There is defensive options.
There is defensive option.
There's plenty. There's plenty actually.
It's like, sir,
Most people my experience, this is a hot take, and thankfully it's a hot take that isn't related to the seedings at all. I
Mhm.
feel like most of the people, you got to figure, hold on. Let me give a little bit of context. You got to figure, obviously, with every generation of title, the amount of people playing a game grows exponentially. Right. So, like, the scene in general exploded with the 09ers, with Street Fighter 4, and then even more with Street Fighter 5 and Dragon Ball FighterZ. I feel like a lot of people that look at games and they're like, it doesn't have defensive options, are like more recent players that never played some of those older games where defensive options was you block right or you die because stun values are random and you might die in one hit. And they're used to, I have 2 bars, I can DP out of your mix-up for free and have literally no risk.
Yay! FADCs!
Good stuff.
That's my hot take.
or all you had was push block in a dream.
You could even, in Marvel 3, you could push block intelligently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. People got destroyed for bad push blocks all the time in that game.
But that's the thing. Like,
God, don't push block Cable. It doesn't make your life any better. It really doesn't. Also, as an aside, this has nothing to do with literally anything. I hate Iceman from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. If you play Iceman, you're a bad person. And if you're listening to this podcast and you play Iceman, I know exactly who you are, and you don't play Iceman against me again. I really didn't like that.
So, Khalil, what is that emote? That's
okay. That's okay's Patrick. Bro. It's too strong. It's powerful, bro. Powerful.
Oh, I like the Zamasu Patrick. Oh my
God. Yo, what? That's next level.
Oh my God. I'm now on board with the Zero Mortal plan. All right, Khalil, kick it off. Pool number 9.
Pool number 9. Cooler God Kaiden. Kaiden, I think, is going to be one of those dark horse picks, top 8 in LCQ for sure. We haven't gotten to see too much from him, but I think his mastery of the character is like actually unbelievable. A lot of the coolers out there that I'm watching, they have a pretty basic grasp of like how to use the character. Kaiden utilizes every single tool to its fullest extent. Like, I think if you ask a lot of people about Cooler's Ki Blast, a lot of people would be like, oh yeah, Cooler's Ki Blast is trash. Like, why are people using it so much? Watch Kaiden's match. He's literally just pointing at people over and over and over, abusing this Ki Blast. And he's saying, if you super dash at me, you're going to catch an LDP and you're just going to die. Like, he just really commands the entire screen with his character. And I think he could definitely make top 8 in the LC. I think it would be really, really cool to see because we don't get to see much Cooler at the high top level. So next, I have Fruit, and Fruit's team is like so funny to me. He plays Ginyu, Majin Buu, GT, and like, man, I think so many people are just dead on arrival to that team. They're gonna have no idea what to do against Ginyu or Majin Buu, let alone both. Like, it's going to be such a knowledge check, right? You have to pass the knowledge check, know what the characters are going to be able to do, and then have the counterplay. And in a pulls format like this, you only get 2 games before you lose, figure it out. And I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to figure out in time. So I think Fruit's going to make it out. And then the last is Mas.
Yep.
Once again, 21 gang. He plays 21 double team, which, you know, I have my own opinions about that.
Alien played that team for a while. Do you like
it? And he dropped it, bro. Like, okay, my problem isn't that he picked
up Esperoli.
Yeah, and like, honestly, I think GT SSJ is better for her than Super Broly, but that's a whole nother story.
All right,
that's a whole nother story. I think that 21 with 2 beam assists behind her is like one of the scariest neutral threats in the game.
Yeah, I hated that team.
Like, it's like, how do you get in against this annoying ass character? And he's just gonna zone the shit out of you until you kill yourself. Like, that's just how it goes. I think it's easy for those.
All right, FloKey.
Copy and paste that. Fruit. I think the Ginyu is definitely something that's really, really scary. And Kaiden, I agree. I think those 2 players, you know, playing in that winners finals set is going to be one to watch for the weekend. I think that's going to really showcase. We were talking off air about how character diversity is kind of dead, but there is a handful of players that are playing these rare characters, and you see them play neutral, and you're, what is this foreign? It's not Bardock. It's not Kid Buu. what? It blows your mind. Granted, they're still playing GT, but it's not like it's different. And I think that's the one thing I'm really blessed to have about it. And then, yeah, Moss. Just you convinced me. 21 still gives me nightmares. One person that I really want to bring up really quick that does play Super Bowl is Ricky, from Florida. He really believes in that, and that's something that he's one of those players that I want him. I really hope that the patch does him correctly. Like, if he's one of those players. If triple big body's a real thing, I think Ricky's definitely gonna be a threat.
I feel that.
But that's besides the point.
All right, Brad M.
Copy and paste, man. The strength of Kaiden, the knowledge check of Ginyu, Fabu, either of those characters independently is enough of a knowledge check to blow away, a player that doesn't have that exposure. Both of them on a team in the hands of a player that has figured out a way to make all of that mesh is gonna really give a lot of people trouble that are only really used to some of the meta picks.
Yeah.
And, Moss 21 double beam. In a situation like this, if you are playing a team like that, I think as long as you're executing properly,
You'd be good.
Yeah.
I think that Fruit's team is one of the most degenerate things I've ever seen. Not purely due to the knowledge check. As somebody who plays Ginyu, the number of people who don't know how to fight Ginyu, even people who have fought Ginyu before, is absurdly high. And aside from that, adding in Majin Buu is another character who... These are characters who, like, you can understand the basics of, oh, don't let Ginyu get space, right? Like, that's like a very baseline, hey, fight this character. But do you know that Burner can pull you out of the corner if they call it on the ground? Do you know what all the wonky sort of fake mix-ups... Because all of Ginyu's mix is fake. It's all fake. It's all smoke and mirrors. But do you know what you're supposed to do in each situation? Because if you don't, you're going to get smoked. And when you're playing a 2 out of 3, you don't have time to get smoked.
You really don't.
And so I think that's going to carry him through. Moss had results last season. I think he's going to do it again. And Kaiden is also good. So we're going to be straight Control C, Control V. All right, pull number 10, FloKey. Start us off.
Real quick, I just had this thought that ran through my head, Brad. It's like putting Asian Tom and Pumper Jam on the same team.
It really is. It's literally, it is exactly that.
I just don't want to think about that. Anyways, this is my free space. I think Subatomic Sabers is free space.
Yeah.
100%. I think Subatomic Sabers makes top 8. I think Subatomic Sabers makes top 4 minimum. Minimum. I think the dude's on a hot roll since Frosty. I think him taking out the players that he did. And plus his team is very unique. And he's been playing it since Vegito released. Mans hasn't switched. I'm going to go with Slash. It's just a guess. And then I need one more. I'm gonna go with God. I need a guess because there's a bunch of French players here that might not know. So I'm gonna go with Kubavenge. I'm gonna hope to God it's a French player and all the French players are really. It's my logic right now. Pete, you would think I would go with
all right.
Pop
So
Monster
repeat
your
your
third pick.
Kabuvent.
Kabuvent. Okay.
Kabuvent. Listen, I need a win, and Pop Monster Jimmy isn't gonna win.
Yikes.
I'm sorry.
Sorry if you're listening, Pop Monster.
Yo, poor Pop
With a
Monster.
name like that, he might be in chat right now. That's a stream
Might be.
monster name.
It's like FloKey, man. It's like, why you gotta do that to me?
I was your biggest fan.
I'm sorry. Pop Monster Jimmy has unfollowed the channel. Thanks, FloKey.
Listen, man, I gotta be honest. Listen, it's my sanity and my cereal on the line, man.
You know what? That's understandable. All right, Brad.
I'm gonna agree with virtually everything FloKey said. Subatomic Sabers is I think a really good pick in this pool. He's been one of my favorite players for a while. I played Vegito at launch. He was the one that I watched. Of Saber has been waiting for a real, huge breakout performance.
Yeah.
And I think it would be really awesome if that happened here. Second pick will be Slash. I'm really so tempted to say Pop Monster Jimmy and hope that he takes Kabuvenge and really exposes them on stream, even though they don't have a match against each other. I don't know that there's a path that happens, and I want to pick it for the lore, but I'm not gonna. So instead, I'm gonna say Sudoku.
Sudoku?
Yeah.
All right.
Pop Monster Chippy, man.
You disrespect him? He's gonna Zenkai boost and win this whole pool.
I like this.
I'm gonna lose it.
Oh, man. Well, Sub and Slash are definitely my first two. I do see both of them getting out. I think, okay, so I'm going to say I think Sub is one of my favorites to win the LCQ. I think Sub can do it.
Big agree.
I don't know if you guys feel as strongly about Subatomic, but I feel like the way he's been playing leading up to this event, I feel like he can definitely take this. Also,
Man.
even though his team is not built on the layers of unfairness that a lot of teams are, his play is just so fundamentally solid. I think in a format like this, it's going to really benefit him. I definitely don't see him going to losers anytime soon. As for my last spot, oh man, who do I like out of these guys?
Oh no.
I don't think it's Pop Monster Jimmy.
The real story.
Like, I just
Wait.
don't see it being Pop Monster Jimmy.
I want to Twitter for Pop Monster Jimmy.
I think I'm gonna go Sudoku as well. All right,
Confirm.
Khalil, explain to me why I have been wrong this entire time.
He has the
Alright.
look on his face like he knows that we're all full of crap.
Shit.
I think Sub's a good pick. Slash is also a good pick, but I think Slash and Sub play, we're going to be very surprised how close.
Really?
Yeah, I think Slash is way stronger than I think is. And while Sub is coming off of a good result, you gotta consider he has to fly to France.
Actually, that's the home field advantage for every
like-
French player. That's something I
Yeah,
haven't necessarily weighed.
It's definitely something. Like Slash is definitely, he has the skill. I think he absolutely has the skill to have a really competitive set with Sub. I'm not gonna say he's straight up going to upset him, but I think, like I said, I think they're gonna stream the winners finals of the poll, and I think people are gonna be really surprised by how close that match ends up. And then my third pick is Shakib. Shakib is a very strong player from France. I learned about him during as well. Plays Team Gohan, Base Goku, SSJ Goku, and was really making moves during the. Definitely make it out of the pool as third.
All right. I can definitely dig it. All right. Pool 11. Brad Muse.
All right, so I'm lucky in that we're looking at a pool where there's at least two widely recognizable names in some respects. Alucard being in a pool and not being top seed. But Alucard, to harp on, some stuff we may have seen on Twitter, Alucard comes from one of the hardest locals. So I think I'll pull for Alucard at least. Noka is my second choice. And I think I'm gonna go white black.
All right.
Everyone's face tells me that they all disagree.
It's close. I don't think there's a world in which Alucard should be first seed in this pool. I will say
Sure.
that.
No,
Not even like that. Like
Not in this pool, sure.
and he's that's my boy.
yeah, it's just like
We're like this, but like
Noka
Noka's
has
teen.
yeah, he's Noka deserves to be first seed without question.
To clarify, I didn't mean this pool. I meant in general with the strength of some of the players we're seeing in other pools.
Oh, God, yeah, gotcha.
I feel that.
Gotcha. I thought you meant this pool. I was like,
No.
Brad. I'm really not feeling that.
No. Thank you for giving me, prompting me to clarify that. I meant with respect to the whole pools in general, not this one.
Right.
Makes sense. I think Alucard will get out. I think Noka is going to run this pool. I will say that, though. Noka is not someone you want to travel. And I actually think I'm going to pick Luke.
Going Canada.
Yeah. I believe in Canada for this one. All right, Khalil.
So this is one of the pools that I think this is one of the harder pools, actually.
There's more depth in this one.
When I looked through the pools, I think there's conceivably like 5 people that I could see making it out. And so the order of the pools and what side people are on, there's a lot.
Yep.
So I think Alucard actually caught a very, very fortunate bracket this time around, because his side, his road to winners finals is easier than if he were going to be on the other side.
I would not want to be on the other side of this bracket.
Yeah, it's really, really. I think it would be very hard. If Plug and Luke were on Alucard's side, I think he would have a much harder time than just White Black. I know White Black is a great player, but I think Brian Alucard has a pretty clear path to the winners finals pool. So Noka and Alucard for sure, of course. I think the Noka set for Alucard is really going to test him. He hasn't been able to go to many World Tour events. I think he's only been to Combo Break, and that wasn't World Tour.
He went to CEO.
Oh, yeah, okay. So he went to CEO.
Yep.
But like, I don't think he ever got to play against like players of this caliber. This is the big times. I think this Noka set is going to really be eye-opening for him. That's not to say he cannot win, but I think this is hard. This is really, really hard. But the good news is, if he makes to the point that he's playing Noka and winners finals, he doesn't have to worry anyway. He's already in top 48. Yeah, he's gonna get to play, and that's a really, really good look for him. And then the third, it came down for me just because of the way the bracket was, either Plug or Look. Down to Plug is actually a Gita Napa player, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to believe in that. And Look is a homie from Canada. So I think for this, just because, I mean, I naturally believe in Kid Buu Adult Gohan more than I do Gogeta Nappa. I don't know if I'm wilding on that, but I think that looks like a team that gets the job done.
Yeah.
He's gonna get it done.
All right, FloKey, finish off the pool.
I think going off of that as well, Alucard, he's like, he got funded for this too. Like, there's a lot of players that got funded for these events. I know, like, for a while, like, he got funded for, I believe he went to PR? Reverse Attack?
Yeah.
So wow, he went to PR?
I believe he went to PR.
Yeah, so, like,
Combo Breaker? Damn, he made it out to some serious events.
He went out to a lot of events, and I feel like with Alucard, because I've talked highly about Alucard for a while on this podcast, and that's because I literally, like Khalil mentioned, like, I see the worth ethic that he's been putting in. Like, I think there's a reason why he's the best Frieza in the world. I don't think there's really anybody stop touching him. Like, Tachikawa dropped the character, and maybe he's still playing Janemba. I don't know, because he's been swapping back and forth. I really hope he doesn't play Janemba.
He swaps around a lot of characters, but for this tournament, I do believe he's playing Android is a go.
Okay.
I would not bring Janemba to this tournament.
No,
it's hard. Yeah.
I really would not.
Hard.
Yeah, I think that team is very well rounded. Frieza and for Goku, Noka as well is one of my picks. It is coming down to Luke and White Black for me. Luck is one of those players that, he's one of those adult Gohan players that you're like, well, he's going to just do the stuff that works. And kind of like what you mentioned before, it's just going to work.
Yep.
It's going to get it done. White Black, I know him from Marvel 3. He's Taskmaster. So that he's one of the people that, like, just for childhood,
I actually don't even know what team he plays in this game. Like
he can be honest. He feels like I have this telepathy feeling that he plays Broly.
Okay.
I looked him up a minute ago, and I think one of the most recent videos on his channel is how to play Super Broly.
Okay.
All right, Super Broly player.
Well, I don't know that he plays Super Broly.
Yeah,
but there's a video of it of him explaining the character.
So I think for that reason, I'm just gonna go with Canada and go with luck. So Unoka, Alucard.
All right, and I will be kicking off pool number 12.
Wow. See, these pools are getting hard now because there's 2 seeded players.
All right, it's my boy Alioun. Easy.
Is that a free space?
Oh my god! I say free space one time, and I'm being held to it.
Is that your free space?
Alioun would. Oh my god! If I were splitting hairs, Alioun would probably not be a free space based off results, but he was gonna be my pick. So I think Alioun definitely gets it. Oh man! All right. See, these pools are harder, especially because like we've gotten far enough in now that I'm starting to fear the French factor. Like I'm starting to fear there's somebody I just don't know who's this random French player who's gonna upset the pool.
And then it's just gonna throw everything out of whack.
France is really strong.
They are. Hex Factor has done all right. I am gonna take Genesis God.
Okay.
All right. And as for my last one, I kind of like Hex Factor. Got to make a decision. All right. I'm going to go.
There's some funny names in here too.
There are some pretty good. You know what? I'm just going to go Star. I'm going to go with the prediction here. I don't trust myself. I want to pick Hex Factor though, but I'm not going to. Khalil.
Go with your gut feeling.
No, I don't trust my gut on this one.
Yeah, where is the last pool? I think very hard. Fairly hard. Alioun and Genesis God are fairly longer. Pool. I think Star is easily the third best player in the pool as well. So those are my. But I do think that like Alioun, sometimes I hate the way Alioun approaches the game, just because he snaps so much, and he's like, I use him as an example of someone that's too much. It's like almost like he's over. He's giving up kill opportunities, snap the character to continue the set play, and the more you do that, the more opportunities there are for you to drop it. The more opportunities you to get blown up for dropping that set play. So I think if he adjusts his game plan, because he's playing 2 different teams right now, he's a Gogeta team, and he has a 21 team, Majin in there somewhere. Like I don't know what he's playing, but I really hope that he doesn't lose to himself in that regard, because I've seen it in some other World Tour events where he's
outplays himself.
Where he just he tunnel visions on the snap just to maintain the one player game, and then as soon as a drop happens, the whole game just
off the rails.
Yeah, it's something, but he's a homie, sure. I love Ali, mad cool. I just really hope he doesn't do that this time.
All right, big picks for Flo.
I agree with all that. Alioun, Genius God, and Star. I also am believing in the French factor. You know, Damascus. One thing I am, every time I pick a French player, I just hear Meroui in the back of my mind of Damascus. I just need a soundbite of that every time, because that was God. It's like you pick up Meroui, and I'm like, that would be God.
Brad.
You know, in particular, I like everything Khalil just mentioned about Alioun, because Alioun is my first pick to get out, but I think I absolutely agree that I feel like Alyun is a player that overcomplicates his
Winning.
approach sometimes. And it's like you can tell that it's someone approaching the game who is a tech monster and who is, sitting there really labbing out all of these esoteric kind of fringe cases. I feel like Alyun, much like I described other players putting characters on the map, Alyun for a time was the only fab. And I think in doing that, what you sometimes find in players that do that is they get so caught up in the tech and all of these esoteric fringe cases that the game plan itself suffers. And I think that's exactly what you described, and I agree with you. I think he's still a strong pick out of the pool, but I think much deeper beyond this, I don't necessarily feel it.
All right. That's fair.
I'm gonna go Genis God as well. Jay, I was gonna go Hex Factor, and
I was really thinking Hex Factor.
And what the thing is when you said you weren't gonna, I was gonna call you on it, and now everyone has voiced support for Star, and I'm wavering.
That was the only player I was on the fence with there. So
you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna let it fly. I'm gonna say I'll stand in the Hex Factor corner.
The Hex Factor. All right.
I'll stand in the corner for it.
All right. Just like
Phil,
that, we home stretch. 4 pools remaining. Each of us is going to lead off one last pool. Khalil, pool number 13.
All right, pool 13. I think, and this is one that goes against the seeding. I think Marnie is gonna win this pool. I think Marnie is he's like I said, I've gotten a big benefit of watching. There was a French boot camp, there was a Spanish boot camp. I've been in those streams, and I've gotten to see how these players operate. Magni looks very, very strong, plays 18 cooler black. And I think that he very easily could beat Akaoni for the top seed in this pool.
Interesting.
So that's who I have winning. I do think that Akaoni will make it out, but I think it'll be in losers after doing a bit of fighting. And then my boy Zarok, I gotta take my boy Zarok. My boy Zarok, he's just so sick at this game. He's just one of those people that I watch play and I'm like, man, I wish this guy got to travel more. He's so sick. He used to have a sick Piccolo, and now he has a sick base Vegeta, and he's gonna smoke people his turn round. I promise. He's gonna be crazy. He's godlike. I love that game.
I miss The Rock. I haven't talked to that fella in a long time. I remember.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, like I remember him because he jumped in my stream a little bit when I was streaming a lot more with Piccolo Gohan.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to me about we were talking for a bit and oh god, it's funny talking about Piccolo going on rails. When I saw June play Piccolo for the first time in months, I was like, "You came home?" And then Faulty was like, "Look at June beat playing cheap shit." I'm like, "Nah, man, that's just him just renewing his lease in Namek." It's just renewing his lease.
He played it originally. He came back.
He came back home. He moved back home. No, but yeah. In terms of me, I don't know much about Marnie. I'm gonna take Akaoni and Xerox for sure. And then one name I see in here that I am going to take as a real wild card, and I'm probably myself in the ass later for this, but I'm gonna take Houdini HD. He's a Toan player.
Yeah.
And just one thing I figured out with Teen Gohan players, especially watching Kalimak for so long. And Kalimak's my boy.
All right, so FloKey,
Everybody's unpredictable.
repeat your 3.
Repeat my 3. So I have Akaoni, Xerox, and Houdini HD.
All right.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say is, after watching Kalimak for so long playing this character, and just Kill Sage for so long for this character, seeing that LOL, it changes a man, and it changes the way you think about this game. It really, really does. It really, really does. And Teen Gohan is a very unpredictable character. And I feel like if you're not playing Teen Gohan or base Vegeta, the pool's kind of up in the air a little bit. Like, because you have Kiboon, like those like characters. Like, if you're playing one point characters, unless you're playing like another team that's well suited, well rounded, like Goichi's team.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, for me, I'm like, I can't take that safe bet. And like, I see a Team Gohan player, I'm like, I can just see Seeking Missile a mile away. And that's scary.
All right. Brad Muse.
So I also had Akaoni and Zarok for the 2. Going into this, a little unsure on the 3rd, but I'm gonna piggyback with FloKey here. The strength of Tohan. And you know, you make a really good case, Khalil, for Marnie, and with the experience of that French boot camp, I have some homework to do when I leave because, you know,
I have to watch that stream because I really
if you know what, it would be really cool if I'm wrong and I go and watch the stream and I'm blown away by all of this stuff, but I wasn't, you know, privy to that, so I don't have all this insider info.
I'm telling you, it's the DGen streams with the Wumpa. It's
be like that. I do reconnaissance, bro.
I think I'm gonna take the Khalil gamble here. You convinced me. You convinced me here. Like, Houdini, I feel like is the safe pick here. But I feel like Marty's the outside, and like looking at how the bracket would shake out if he upsets Akaoni. Because I don't see Akaoni losing to Ghost Nappa or Houdini.
Mm-hmm.
So if he gets the upset, I do see Akaoni making it. And I think Zero Q is just gonna make it. Or Zarok, sorry.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna go with Khalil on this one. We're gonna see. This is a decision point.
Yeah.
Oh, did I get baited in by the DGen streams? I just might have. We'll find out.
I just said my piece. I'm just saying I watched the play. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's true.
Every time I see Khalil live, I'm like, I need to just peep in here because I just need to see what type of Dragon Ball is being played, just so I can bet a little Wumpa and then leave.
A little bit of Wumpa.
Little.
Yo, what up?
Pool 14.
14? Okay. I might get yelled at. I got RMZ, Wade, both really, really strong coming off both from Europe. And I got Mike Staffick from Mexico. He plays, from what I understand, he plays Zamasu Nappa. He's been playing that shell for so long. I really hope he's not playing Tien. I hope he's playing GT. But if he's playing Tien, you know, it's going to be okay. But because he has that team synergy, because I did have the chance to play him before. That team synergy is crazy. And I just want to give a shout out to Fat Kappa, because that is a godlike name. Fat Kappa is a great name. But no, yeah. My 3 is Wade and Mike Staffick.
All right.
Gotta get the nap with the Cyberman.
You know what? I can respect that. All right. Brad Muse.
I absolutely can't respect that.
All right. Well, that was pretty definitive.
Nope. Nappa Zamasu, that's a show you're gonna believe in?
I believe in that.
How does that work?
It's neutral, and then you drop the Cybermen, and then they do the thing, and then okay, listen. To be fair, we just saw Double L on his stream literally like put Cybermen down and just walk someone to the corner. So it's like, I feel like with Zamasu, you know, I think he's one of those 2 characters definitely make a lot of players explode. I think a lot, because a lot of characters do that, but their damage output, and I think the weird synergy he has, I don't think a lot of people will be ready for that knowledge check.
Okay, so you're going the knowledge check angle to an extent.
To an extent, and then plus it's just like, you know, there's no real like Nappas. You know, I think he's one of the few Nappas that
Does he make you believe in Nappa?
I normally don't believe in Nappa, but I think Mike is the best Nappa in the world.
Wow. I'll let Rogue Yoshi hear you say that.
You beat me at Defend the North in like 2 years ago, so
Okay.
okay.
Well, anyway,
What you got?
RMZ and Wade, once again, for much the same reasons. I'm gonna go with Yayo.
Yeah, yo. It sounds like an R&B track.
Why do you believe in Yayo?
Nice talk.
Oh, wow.
What'd you say?
I said, why do you believe in Yayo?
No, I didn't hear what
And you
Khalil
just
said.
didn't say anything. I was like,
I didn't hear what Khalil said.
I said nice talk because you didn't say anything.
I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with this pool very much.
all right.
Blow me out. It's fine. I did my homework on other places.
I feel that.
I'm going to take RMZ and Wade. Take the standby. I'm actually going to take Ziri. Is a player out of Thailand. Has had some reasonable results. Has actually gotten to play with some international competition before. So I feel confident enough to put my pick there. Khalil, who you got?
Mine are the same as yours, actually. RMZ Wade series. I think the very few events that he's gotten to go to recently, he's done pretty well at. So
yeah.
I think he could definitely make.
All right, Brad Muse, pool 15. We're almost there. Home stretch.
We're almost done. Wow. So to begin with, I'm gonna go with dropping my pen. I'm gonna go with Jilla.
Okay.
I liked what I saw to Jilla at UFA. Jilla's still playing Vegito.
Yes.
Yeah. As I've said a couple of times, sometimes, it's about wanting to believe in certain characters, and Vegito's a character that, I absolutely really love. I'm gonna go additionally Rudy. And I'll go with projected for the third pick because I'm not sure. And someone's gonna blow me up. No, you know what? Actually, never mind. I'll throw. I'm torn because I want to believe that. So Legendary Pred is in this pool,
Right.
but I don't know that I necessarily believe that Legendary Pred is at this level yet.
Who you got?
Who's it gonna be?
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna take a page out of my brother-in-law's book. I'm gonna gamble on Legendary Pred.
Bet.
So, I'm actually picking Pred as well.
Okay.
So, Pred he's a player who's at the precipice. He's not quite he's not international level talent, but I think he's reached the stage of being national level talent. Will that be enough to cut it for this event? Do I see Pred winning the whole event? No. Do I see Pred making a run in this pool? I think he could definitely make a run in this pool. I do think Pred has a legitimate shot of making out of this pool, and I'm going to pick him for that reason. Khalil, who you got?
Yeah, Gila and Rudy, obviously very strong. Rudy,
Yes.
Man, Rudy is a scary player right now, man. I think even scarier than people think. Rudy has looked really, really good from all the boot camps I've been tuning to. Rudy is looking like really, really big force to be reckoned with. I think he's gonna win this pool. I think Rudy will be winning this pool, and I think Gila will get second. And then my third pick, I gotta go with New York. Pred has really it's crazy because
He's leveled up.
Yeah, 6 months ago, I wouldn't have ever believed that Pred would even be anywhere near the level needed to play at LCQ. But this guy has really been putting the work in extremely. He plays with some of the strongest people in New York over and over again, LK, Random Fiend, all those guys. He gets high-level practice all the time. And I think this is going to be very valuable experience for him, regardless of how he places.
Yep.
And I also think with the way the bracket works out, if he ends up losing to Rudy as projected, he does avoid the other strong seeds and losers for the most part until the exciting match.
Yep.
So I think his road and loser isn't too bad. Like I definitely think if he's on his stuff that day that he could make an upset and make it out loser. New York, got to go with him.
There we go. All right. That is going to be FloKey.
Yeah. Kind of going more onto the Pred topic. I think we were talking about like the best in New York recently, and one of the things that we did put into consideration, oddly enough, is your lovely ELO ranking that you put together, which was big shout outs. Anyway, one thing that I was really impressed by Pred this entire span of time is, he was playing the game, he was just playing cheap stuff to play cheap stuff, and like didn't really like what I watched. It was like I didn't see him like really like wanting to like do more with it. Like he was playing Gotenks GT, he was playing Gotenks Gohan Yamcha when I played my final round, and I was like, he was just kind of doing the stuff that like kind of like what I saw was just doing the stuff that I saw. I was like, oh okay, like the same thing, just kind of copy possible. I think. And I remember Kite was talking to me about how Pred was been talking about Kid Buu. The way Pred talks about the game now and he's matured in the last 6-month period. I think that definitely sets him apart than the rest. Do I think Rudy and Jill are going to probably still win the pool? Absolutely. But I think Pred, if he's on something that day, he might be the best in New York. You can maybe put him next to the three gods.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at ELO right now, Pred is actually number 1 on the rankings.
Pred is the best player.
He already has a set on Nakiel, and the rankings of like the ELO for this season has only been for January. That's all we've had to go off of, and he already is sporting a set win on Nakiel, a set win on Alucard. Like he's definitely very, very strong right now.
So. I think right now that those are my 3, and I really hope Pred, there's a reason why Illusion Esports picked him up, not because of Brawlhalla, because he's
oh god
the best. if you catch the VOD, which by the way, these VODs are on Twitch and on YouTube, which you can check out everything. We did have Pred on for a little short time, and we did troll him a lot about Brawlhalla.
Feels bad.
Yeah. I mean, one of the questions Pred asked is each of us to name our top 5 players in New York, excluding Sonic House, because that's its own region. Mm-hmm. And Pred is not ironically, he's my number 1 pick. He's the best player in New York, pound for pound, in my opinion, right now. The way he has been playing, not only in his region, but every single time he has traveled. Because the thing is, so many players become so concerned about being the best player in their region, but then their success does not translate when they travel.
True.
But Pred's bridging that gap. Pred's succeeding when he's traveling, and I think it's going to carry him as he goes to LCQ, because he's already started building up confidence on the road, which is something that not everyone going to LCQs is going to have. So I am definitely feeling Pred here. But it is time for the final pool number 16.
Jesus. We got to the end, boys.
We've made it. All right. Oh, man. Okay. So who Sariedu again? No. All right, I think I am going to take Umintiu. Probably butchered that. I think Kalbu and Kamui are going to get... I don't know if it's going to play out the exact way it's looking in bracket. I think they might actually switch. But I'm going to take them as well. All right, Khalil.
Okay, yeah. Umintiu, sure. 21 loyalty. Think he's definitely the best player in the pool. Kalbu has actually given a lot of players like some really big snares to the world. Like, I remember Killsage talking about how like he almost got knocked into losers. I think it was Saga. I don't remember which one it was. Might have been Saga. he almost lost like in his round 1 Calbu. He was like, "Oh my god, I easily could have lost to this hit player. Like, I easily could have got smoked." So I think Calbu is definitely looking really strong. I mean, taking the kill Sage to last hit apparently. That's very impressive with how Sage is playing.
Oh yeah.
So I think Calbu definitely. The last one, this was one of the pools that didn't have of information everywhere. So, but I have seen Kamui play, so I think.
All right. And I think you cut out there for a second, Khalil.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
You just you said I've seen Kamui play, and then you just you cut off.
I said I've seen Kamui play, and I think he's just a safe choice. Like I don't have a ton of information on the other players in the pool.
All right. Then it is over to Brad. Oh no, it's over to FloKey.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my Discord stopped working. I don't know why. Happens. Yeah. I'm gonna agree and just take a copy box. So one player that I do recognize in here is Kusanagi. I've seen that name a lot. So in Siridu as well. So this is gonna be an interesting pool to watch out. So
all right. No. Brad Muse, the final picks of the night. Who you got?
The final picks were gonna end on me?
No, yeah.
Oh, what a shame.
Listen, Brad.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Kabu as well. Something I'm finding interesting is and maybe now is the time to mention it. Kalbu, there's a lot of picks that it looks like we're floating around that are hit players.
Hit's a scary character.
Sleeper pick in the hit here.
Hands in the pocket.
Hands in the pocket. You got to be ready for him. He could have anything in there.
He could have a gun.
He could.
The dash pushes.
He does have a gun.
They gave him a gun.
He has a Barrett 50 cal. He just dumps all his meter and shoots you.
It's time to make the donuts. And then Umintiu and Kamui as well. It's gonna be the same picks. But yeah, Kalbu is the one that I think is on my radar, and I'm curious to watch.
All right. Well, that is it. Chat, on screen are the picks. These are officially locked in. There will be no changes. FloKey has a bowl of cereal that is warm he wishes to avoid, and we're going to see if he can manage to do this. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the layout for top 8.
We do not.
For what?
For the people who've already qualified who aren't from LCQ. Do we have that already?
We don't have the layout, but we have the setup of the round robin pools.
Yeah.
That's true.
We can do that really quick if you guys want.
See, that's the thing that I did spend time on.
Oh, well, all right. I guess we can't not do the one thing that Brad Muse is prepared for.
That's fine.
I didn't even know the LCQ brackets were up. Some of these I was seeing for the first time. I was like, all right. Damn.
Well, I'm adding a special section at the bottom here. Round robin pools, boys.
Okay, so do you want to do... So if we're thinking it's 2 out, 4 per piece, do you want to do...
It is 2 out. I think they've confirmed
it's definitely 2 out.
Okay, so
because the final bracket's top 8.
Yep.
All right, so we'll do 1 winners, 1 losers.
All right. Yeah, let me go ahead and...
Tough. Actually, no.
And there's going to be 4 pools. Well, that's perfect because we can once again do our rotation.
Oh, the same way. Okay.
Same way. All right.
Hold on.
This is spooky.
Only difference, there's going to be 2 out this time.
Okay. So we're doing 1 winners, 1 losers for...
Yep, we are picking winners and losers. You will get, and the way this part is going to be scored differently than the last one. The last one didn't matter if you guessed winner or losers correctly because we're only picking these. You will get 1 point for each person you get correct, and you will get 1 point for guessing winners or losers correct.
Okay.
So each pool will have a maximum possible score of 4.
I'm scared. I feel like this might determine if I have to eat microwave cereal right now.
You just get, and the way the top part is scored, you get 1 point for just having a person correct.
Okay.
So this is worth sort of slightly. It's going to be worth less overall, but it's still going to be important. So here we go. Khalil, who do you like in Group A?
Group A. So this group is pretty funny because it's the LCQ winner.
Yeah, which
is my pick for losers. Actually, I think the LCQ winner. So my prediction for LCQ was Tachikawa. Tachikawa is in this pool. I think he's gonna make it out. I think he can beat Chris like easily. Like I think he's stronger than Chris G right now, and I think he can definitely beat Mato. I would go as far to say is that he's definitely talented enough to beat Wawa, but my concern at this point in the tournament is stamina. You just came off of literally the hardest tournament, Dragon Ball history, right? And then you have to go into this is the earliest round robin as well. So like you don't have as much time in between to rest. So if he had time in between the rest, I would go as far to say that I would have Tachikawa potentially winning this pool. Ooh. But since the endurance is a thing to take into account, I think I'm going to take Wawa and winners and Tachikawa, the LCQ winner and loser.
All right. So it is going to be over to FloKey now.
Okay, so my pick to win LCQ.
Pool A.
I think my pick is. See, I'm at a toss up between 3 players: Obi, Tachikawa, and Sub.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna go with this is the one Brad. The one time I go with my gut. I'm going with Sub, winning the LCQ. As it's gonna be close. I think top grand finals would be Tachikawa Sub. 100%. In terms of this pool, I have Wawa and winners LCQ as well.
All right. Wawa and the winner of the LCQ. All right, Brad Muse.
I also have the LCQ winner coming out in losers.
Yeah.
And my reasoning is whenever I look at an event like this, I'm always reminded of Nemo's LCQ run, and I forget which CPT it was, but winning the LCQ, you have so much positive momentum and positive energy underneath you.
Right.
It's really hard not to go into the next bracket. Like, you've already won a tournament this weekend.
That's a pretty cool feeling, I've got to imagine.
So I feel like that energy combined with the fact that honestly, I think this is maybe the weakest pool.
It is.
I have Wawa out in winners. Part of that is personal bias because Wawa is maybe my favorite player just to watch right now. Yeah, I have Wawa winners and then LCQ in losers. Same.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be the same. And I kind of agree with your statement about this being the weakest pool. I think besides Wawa, I don't know if these other players would be able to win the LCQ if they were thrown into it.
Oh.
No, you know what? That's fair because until I looked at the brackets, I couldn't recall if Chris G was in. And I was thinking, do I even consider him in the LCQ? I had this. That was the same evaluation.
If I were to put Chris G into the LCQ, I don't know if I would pick him over Subatomic Savers.
No.
Or Tachikawa.
Or even
I think Chris G, if you put him into LCQ, he easily makes top 8.
Yes. He
I don't know if he wins, but I think Mato wins. I think if you put Mato in the LCQ, I think he wins. Like I actually think.
Okay.
I think Mato's that.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe
that's just how I feel.
Over Tachikawa?
I think that would be grand finals, and like I think they have history, so I don't really know. I have to take a look at their track records. But like if you told me that Mato and Tachikawa are facing off for grand finals of LCQ, it would not be surprised. Like I would not be surprised at all. And I also wouldn't be surprised if either of them won. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I can't believe Mato beat Tachikawa. Or, oh my god, Tachikawa beat Mato. Like I think Mato's definitely proven to be world class.
Yeah,
definitely has a spot for a reason.
I think Wawa definitely wins this. Wawa has been the wonder kid. He put a character on the map that everyone has consistently been saying is terrible for a very, very long time. And I agree. The momentum coming out of LCQ, and I also, Khalil, I like your reasoning for why not winners, losers instead, is because, yeah, you're burnt. Also, FloKey, you had winner of LCQ was going to be sub, and then beats, and then wins out, right, of this pool?
No, so I have Wawa winners, LCQ.
Okay, you did. You were just saying, gotcha. I want to make sure I've got it set. Okay. Well, that's going to conclude.
I think you put.
I did.
Yeah, I think we all realized it at the same time.
Yeah.
Wait, so I have a question. Wouldn't there be a bonus point if there is if we get the person that?
You know what? That's totally fair. I will do. Okay. I will do a bonus point if you can guess the player who is going to make it out.
Which brings up the question to JDiesel and Brad. Who do you guys have winning the LCQ?
Well, we would do it. We would do it in order. So, Khalil, who would you have winning the LCQ for your bonus?
Tachikawa, definitely Tachikawa. Like I said,
FloKey.
He's OD.
I'm still sticking with sub.
All right, Subatomic.
Oh, Brad's thinking hard.
No, I was waiting for Jay to finish formatting.
Brad was just drifting off, and he's like,
"Yeah, sorry, I didn't expect to have to change this again."
I didn't want him to be formatting his spreadsheet and doing data entry at the same time. That's two different full-time positions.
They are. Oh God, don't do it to me. Wait. I can slide over. I forgot. All right, I'm sorry. I take pride in the small things. All right, Brad, who you got?
I'm gonna go with. I want to go Tachikawa, but I'm gonna go for my second pick in the interest of diversifying our selections. Okay. I'm gonna say OB Assassin.
That was my second. That was my second pick.
All right, it's gonna be OB Assassin, and it's either Tachikawa or Subatomic. Those are the people I realistically see making it.
Like OB Assassin, Tachikawa, and like Subatomic are like, if you besides like the tier of the people that you already see in the pools, like those players are like on another level. Like you can like the way that all three of those players are playing right now.
I'm gonna go with Tachi.
With Tachikawa, all right.
It's close,
bro.
Barely missed the cut. Like in terms
bro,
of points.
Tachikawa literally made the cut with points. He lost on a technicality. He tied with CEO in World Tour standings, but since Tachikawa wasn't able to go to Evo, and CEO did attend Evo, CEO had more points at Saga events, and that's why CEO qualified instead of Tachikawa. Yes, that is actually the reason. So Tachikawa, technically, could have been in the fight. Like he should have been in the finals, but he got sick Evo weekend and wasn't able to make it.
That's actually upsetting.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I feel more confident in my pick then. I already felt it's. I would not be put this way. If Sub wins, I wouldn't be surprised. I think Sub can win. I'll put it that way. All right. Pool B, FloKey. Who you got?
I think this is going without saying. This is Goichi's pool to lose. So Goichi winners, no questions.
All right, go one.
Oh God, you're asking me to pick between El Padre, Shanks, Bababon, and 21 Lord Master. For the 21 player in the room, is Matoi 21 Master confirmed?
He is the 21. He is easily the best Android 21 on this. No questions asked.
That sounds confirmed to me.
Oh God! Do I go with El Padre? I have Damascus in my back. Of my
Shanks.
Yo, after this weekend. I haven't seen what Shanks has been up to recently, but I know Matoi's been really working hard. I'm gonna go with the 21 Master. No Matoy on Master. I'm gonna go Matoy by a hair.
All right. Matoy it is. Brad, who you got?
So, I feel like you might as well just put Goichi in
I was
winners
already
for all
filling
four
it
of
in.
us.
I'm going to be
honestly,
completely honest.
I like, unless that look on Khalil's face right now is because he's going to surprise us all and put Goichi in losers, you should just put him on winners on everybody's. We talked about it at the start. Not only is this pool Goichi's to lose, there's only really one player that people would feel confident threatening Goichi in this tournament.
Sure.
And he's not in this pool. So, Goichi winners. I believe in the Spanish level 3.
Mm-hmm.
Shanks.
I believe in Shanks.
I agree. I actually think it's going to be Shanks.
Okay.
All right. Khalil, who you got?
I have Matoy. I have
Alright.
Goichi and Matoy. And the reason I have Goichi and Matoy is because there's lore. So the funny
there's
thing
lore?
is that Matoy is one of the players that gets to play at Goichi's locals, at the Cyclops locals. And from what I've seen recently, Matoy's been performing very, very well against Goichi.
Do you think
and
he could
so-
take a game off him here in the round robin?
So that's the thing. I think that it's conceivable that he gets a game, and if he gets a game off of Goichi,
His
that's a big
differential.
deal. Should it go to
Yeah,
tiebreaker?
that makes sense.
So if there ends up being a situation where maybe Shanks and Matoy are tied, that one game on Goichi
Will
could be
matter.
huge. Could be
So,
absolutely.
I was reading the rules earlier today, and if it's a tie, I don't think it's using tiebreakers.
No, it is. It is.
Is
I
it?
have it written down. So the tiebreakers are obviously sets one.
Yep.
Then it goes to games. The number of games
Set
won
count.
is what I was saying.
Yeah.
And then it goes to head to head afterwards.
Oh, that's.
And then if there's somehow a three-way tie where three people are tied in both games and sets, then they play a round robin set to determine who makes it out.
Okay, so I misunderstood. I thought the round robin set was game point tiebreakers. My mistake. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Up next, it is going to be Brad M in pool 3.
So, poor Vineeth. What a bad pull. I at BP a couple of weeks ago, which is our local, the argument was like whether DeKill Sage was like good enough to win this event because DeKill Sage has been going on such a everyone was gassing up DeKill Sage. I think I look at this pool and I see Sonic and DeKill Sage in the pool, and I almost don't care who else is in it.
Which is mighty unfortunate, by the way.
Yeah. So I have Sonic out in winners over DeKill Sage exclusively on what I assume the outcome of their match will be. And, I think I don't have the data behind me for this, but my experience in my recollection is that Sonic tends to win that.
Mhm.
And DeKill Sage has a big body against Sonic Fox's team.
Yep.
So, even without Kid Buu, he's eating the schmicks. And I think those two things clinch that win for Sonic, and that's what separates Sonic and Sage in this pool, and literally nothing else for me.
So, I think this pool entirely hinges on one game.
Yep.
This pool comes down to whether DeKill Sage or B beats each other. Because the way I expect this to go is Sonic's going to beat everyone. I expect him to go 3-0. Apology Man is going to get farmed by everybody. He's going to go 0-3. And the thing is, that goes first to match count. Which means that at that point, DeKill Sage or B is going to have a better record against the other. So, Sonic's out winners. Because part of me was like, this is hard. Now, the question is who wins in a heads-up between DeKill Sage and B. Because I think that's what this pool comes down to. Sage has been really, really hot right now. I think I'm gonna give it to the Kill Sage, not because of breakers or anything. I think he's just going to edge out me, as I think what this is gonna come down to. But I am not 100% confident. Khalil, who you got?
This pool it's an ugly one, and I think it's going to be much closer than you guys think. I think
Are you about to tell me Beneath is a big factor that I'm not accounting
for? So listen, I'm going to keep it real with you. I think Beneath is unbelievably strong right now. Like, I think he's, like, absurdly strong.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's, like, actually, like, his performances in the second half of the World Tour have been, like, some of the best Dragon Ball I've ever seen. Easily. But it's not just that puts me in this position. He puts me in the position where the Kill Sage has never beaten Beneath in this game. Never. Never beaten Beneath. That is a very big deal. That gives Beneath confidence. I've beaten this guy every time. I can beat him here just like I always have been. And I think this is a pool that might come down to a three-way tiebreaker because I think it's a triangle. I think that Kid Buu Lord.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that the Kid Buu Lord beats Beneath, who beats Sage, who beats B. I think we're gonna have a round robin set tiebreaker for this. It's gonna be pretty wild.
Does the Kill Sage get the one game off Sonic he needs to avoid breakers?
So the funny thing about this is that we start metagaming about this, right? Because at the end of the day, they're friends, they're best friends, right?
Yeah.
These are best friends. And I would not put it past Sonic
throw a game to
put a game into pool just to make it a little bit easier for Sage to break the tie should it come down to that. I would not. Because I'm gonna tell you why. It's because regardless of whether he drops that game or doesn't drop that,
he's gonna make it through.
Sonic is making it out first seed. It doesn't matter at that point, but it does matter for Sage. So we might get put into a very awkward situation.
Khalil, I think I'm down to the root cause of your mic cutting in and out. It's all that tinfoil on your hat.
Bro.
No, Khalil, so do you guys remember not Thunderstruck this year, but Thunderstruck the previous year?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember all the accusations that were swirling around that Sonic took a dive for the Kill Sage?
Yep. And I also
watching that set. It looks like it,
bro. It's not. This is not the only recorded time. It was not only Thunderstruck. It's also happened in an NLBC, right? It's happened in an NLBC where I believe it was a summit qualifier, right? It was a summit qualifier, and the Kill Sage, who had been losing to Sonic every single time in tournament free, somehow gets a set off of Sonic. Now, I'm not discrediting Sage's skill by any means, right? And I don't think Sage is the type of person that would go to Sonic and be like, hey, I need you to throw this for me.
I think Sonic would do it for
I think Sonic is just so caring as a friend that he wants to see his friends succeed. Like, he's the one who got him sponsored. He's been really ride or dying with the Kill Sage. I think it's possible. Like, I could totally see him just being like, oh, well, that game, my mix just wasn't hitting correctly or whatever. Like, and I think the fact that the Kill Sage has taken a set off of Sonic this year makes it look less suspicious, right? Because he has beaten him legitimately in tournament at which saga was it? Is it Spain Saga? I think it was Spain Saga, where the Kill Sage beat Sonic in winners, and then Sonic came back and won the run back. So it doesn't look that crazy to me.
No,
like, I think that is something that could happen.
Do we know the order of the matches?
No,
I don't think so.
Because here's the other thing that I've thought of, based on what you've said. There is a world in which Sonic Fox, not even just a game, could afford to throw a match, and both would move through.
This is so tinfoil hat.
Okay, now that I think is too far. You don't think
he would give a match?
I think Sonic wants to win so incredibly badly that he's not willing to give us.
But he could do one game that wouldn't.
I think one game that doesn't change anything is very different. Because
this is some Bill Belichick coaching.
No, the problem with giving a set, right? The problem with giving a set is that now you're in danger of being in losers, and being in losers in the top 8 is way different.
But that's why I was asking
coming out of winner.
Do we know the order of the matches? Because if the
there's no way we don't know.
Was Sonic Fox versus the Kill Sage, and Sonic knows that if he gives up that match, the Kill Sage makes it through, and he makes it through in winners, then that's a free set essentially. Now, granted, Would he do that? I have no idea. I think one game sounds like plausible, at least based on what I saw at Thunderstruck. That for me was like relatively convincing. But I think it'll be the order of the matches in this pool might matter.
Yeah, I think so too. But I mean, if I had to pick someone right now, because I really think this is coming down to tiebreak.
It's the more once you pointed out the apology man to Kill Sage matchup history.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's in danger of a three-way tie, meaning whoever does what against Sonic Fox was gonna really matter.
Yep. Exactly. So I think for now, like for the sake of putting something on the sheet,
who you got?
Definitely Sonic Fox and winners. I'm gonna say Beneath and losers because
I like it.
I think the fact that he's always beaten to Kill Sage, right? That's always beaten to Kill Sage.
That's a good one.
And then this comes down to can he beat B? And I think he's good enough to beat B. So
ooh, I like this. All right, FloKey, after that heated discussion, how you feeling? Who you got?
So I am going to 100% agree with Khalil. Now, my reasoning behind that, because Finnick's been playing at Sage's house.
Mm-hmm.
And the way Beneath's been playing at Sage's house is something I've never seen him play. There's things that he's been doing with Piccolo
where this from?
that, you know, everybody made jokes for a while that Beneath wasn't best Piccolo because it was Hook. I knew from jump that Beneath was best Piccolo, and he's the only Piccolo in this bracket for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you have Beneath?
I also got Beneath, you know.
All right.
And if I take the fall for Beneath to eat the cereal, I will. But
no, I actually think after hearing the stat between those two and then looking at the potential three-way mix situation, I think that's a really, really good point that I hadn't considered. So I will be curious to see how that goes. All right. Pool D, I'm leading it off.
All right, what do you got?
I've got Fenrich out winners and Super Noon out losers.
Whoa! Well, I could.
That's interesting.
I know. Look, I know there are going to be plenty of people who disagree with me, which is perfectly fine. Super Noon is one of those players who has been in the background of the World Tour the entire time. And people haven't been talking about him as a serious contender to win it all or to make a deep run. And he's here. He clawed his way in. He made the cut. And he worked hard to make the cut, too. I think he's been playing incredibly well. I think it's going to come down to him and Kaz for losers.
True.
I think Super Noon I think he's going to make it. Now, granted, I don't know if this pool's going to come down to breakers. I think you're going to have a clean winner here. I don't think it's going to come to breakers like Pool C was. But I feel strongly about the way Super Noon has been playing, and I think he can make the run here. At least on loser's side. I don't think he's going to beat Fenrich. I think Fenrich has just been monstrous. And I think he's going to continue that oppression here in Pool 4. Khalil, who you got?
So, Pool D, right?
Yep, Pool D.
Yeah, Pool D. I definitely have Lord Fenrich.
Yep.
as making it a winners. I think Fenrich is the third best player on Earth right now.
I agree. And
I don't think it's crazy to assume that he'll full, but I will say that Noon has gotten a set on Fenrich this World Tour season. So I'm very, very curious to see the run back. And actually, like when people talk about Fenrich, they tend to talk about, you know, he's so robotic, he's so optimal, right? But one thing that tends to get understated about Fenrich is adaptation to players. There's so many instances of Fenrich losing to players and winners and then running it back and destroying them in losers.
Yep.
And I think for this set around, he's definitely going to do his homework on Super Noon. He's going to come prepared. And I think we're going to see something different than we saw last.
All right, that's fair.
As for losers, I got to go with Kazunoko. And I think Kazunoko is one of those players that, like, since he's not, you know, winning every event like he was in season 1, people have kind of been like, you know, well, Kaz is
washed.
Right. Like, people are saying like Kaz isn't as good as he used to, but if you pull up his results, you take a look, you see that he's only missed one top 8 this entire season. That's Red Bull Spain, where he placed 9th. He placed 2nd at Red Bull Japan. Had a really, really great set with I think it was Wawa in finals, right? It was
I think it was.
Yeah, it's like, bro, Kaz is still a huge force to be reckoned with. And I think if he didn't play second at Red Bull Japan and maybe he got like 9th or 13th, then like, yeah, I could see like Noon beating it out over him. But like I said, he's at the Burning Core House grinding with Tachikawa, with B, with Taka, these players. I think he really coming prepared this time, and I think we're gonna see the champ in top 8 yet again.
All right, I can dig it.
Took
FloKey.
the words right out of my mouth.
All right, we got another Kaz pick.
I firmly believe the one thing is like, you know, he doesn't got Yamcha no more. So that's kind of the one bummer. But like, cause he really was, to me, he was like the Yamcha master. He was the Yamcha. Like Mame Spider taught him Yamcha, and then he soared with the character. Now, do I think his team now is a little bit, you know, it's more the same, but he's still playing Kid Buu, and he still has got adult Gohan. You know, he has things to him, and I think
he doesn't have adult Gohan.
Oh,
no. He's playing Kid Buu Double Beam.
Oh,
he's playing Kid Buu Double. Yep.
Okay, but the one character that he has still really been constant with has been Kid Buu. I haven't been able to watch Kazunoko as much. So, and that's the one thing I'm like, man, this adult Gohan was really like, because one thing too, he's super simple, but that's, but that simplified gameplay throws everybody off.
That's fair.
So I have Fenrich in winners. Yeah, it's just Fenrich.
All right, Fenrich and Kaz. All right, Brad Muse.
You still have the last pick of the night, motherfucker.
There will be one last set of picks after this.
Oh, what the fuck?
Okay. Brad, make your pick.
All right. I also have Fenrich in winners. Okay. There's not much more for me to add on top of that. He's an optimal monster. If he touches you once in one of a myriad of circumstances, you're losing a character. He's still so effective at sitting on a lead. He makes Super Saiyan Vegeta look like a character that still deserves to see play in this meta with what he brings to the table. And as a personal thing, every single time I've ever looked at a bracket with Fenrich in it and counted him out, I have been horrifically wrong. Like I've looked at a top 8 and been like, you know, everyone in front of Fenrich is really hot. I think Fenrich is going to go down in this top 8.
Yeah,
you know, makes grands.
Yep.
So I'm going to learn from my mistakes, and I'm going to believe in Fenrich. I mean, the picks really describe it, right? It seems like losers is between Kazunoko and Super Noon. When I went through and, you know, was thinking about these picks earlier, my gut call was Super Noon. I think Super Noon's been doing really well, and I've not been. Khalil went and, you know, talked about how people are sleeping on Kaz and they're not paying attention to his things, and I'm about to sit here and be like, you know,
something that's to the effect of like, I haven't been impressed with Kaz's play.
I don't feel that Kaz is in the same dominant position that he was. I think, yes, his game is simple, but I think where the game is right now, I'm not sure that he can apply the same type of simple gameplay to the way that teams are being constructed now. I feel like the game is in a different enough spot, and he is just shy of adapting. And I think that is what's just going to make the difference.
All right. I can dig it. All right, so you think it's going to be Super Noon?
That is my pick.
All right. So the last set of picks. So now we're not going to do all of top 8, but each of us is going to call our top 4.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Bet.
All right, Khalil. So what we're going to do is you're going to say who you think is going to get first, and we're going to go down the line, and then we'll do second, and then third, and then fourth.
Okay.
Same thing. Khalil, who do you have winning it all?
I think it's Sonic's year, bruh. I think it's it. I think the win at Spain Saga to me was convincing. I think he has the meta figured out, and I think he has the tools to beat Goichi, and that's the only one standing in Sonic Fox's path right now.
All right. Next, FloKey, who you got?
I gotta agree. Sonic Fox. They are really, really strong. Do I think Goichi? It's gonna be. I think that grand final. You know, we really thought that winners finals or grand final set Evo and like Spain Saga was special. I think there's gonna be magic to be happening this weekend.
Yep.
I definitely believe there's going to be magic. Brad.
I'm also going to go Sonic. I think we're getting a run back of Evo Grand Finals. And I think this time it's going to come together for Sonic.
I am going to be the lone dissenting opinion to say I actually think Goichi is going to win.
Okay.
Also, this is going to be
fair.
scored the same way, where it's going to be 1 point for picking a player correctly in top 4, and then 1 more point for getting their spot correct.
Jesus, this is gonna be the most points that we ever did. Oh my god!
All right, FloKey, who you got second?
Second place. Wait, Khalil did. Oh wait, oh no, it's still my turn. Okay, second place Goichi. That's. I think that's. That makes sense. I think the grand.
Brad.
I think you can put. Honestly, you can probably put Goichi for me and Khalil and Sonic for yourself. Goichi.
Are you go?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Sonic. All right.
I think it doesn't sound like there's any dispute that that's what we're all anticipating in Grand.
Like all of us are like, yeah.
It's like one of those things where we're like really trying to speak it into existence. I think everyone on the planet that plays this game competitively wants to see this close out the second season.
It's the only way to end this season.
It's so poetic. It's so
Goichi
poetic.
and Sonic are Goku and Vegeta, and they have been since this game launched.
Sure.
Like,
Nope.
the rivalry between these two was the first real rivalry in this game, and it has never ceased to be.
And
The only time we weren't talking about Sonic Goichi was when Kazunoko was dominating.
Yep.
All right, Brad Muse, who do you have getting third?
So it starts to get a little nebulous around here.
Yeah.
I think I have Fenrich rounding out top 3.
I also have Fenrich at third.
Oh, cool.
Khalil.
What do you got?
So this is actually very interesting because I don't know if they're after round robin pools are done if they're going to be reseeding. If the seeds go into the bracket, how the pools were picked, then that would put Wawa in the first seed position, Fenrich in the fourth, and then Goichi and Sonic Fox will play each other in winners semis instead of winners finals.
Yep.
And I think how that order is played really matters. I think if that is the order that things are played with, then I think Fenrich makes winners finals. And I like the Goichi Sonic Fox match happens earlier than we
That
anticipate.
would be a little wild.
And that causes losers bracket to get real interesting with one of those going into losers. But I think if it plays out this way, then it looks really, really good for Fenrich third place either way. Because like I said, if he plays Wawa in winter semis, I definitely favor him over Wawa, even though they've had some great sets.
Yeah.
They've been kind of back and forth. It's going to be really good. But I think Fenrich, man, he just makes top 3. He's not missed a top 3 in this game. He just not.
Man is consistent.
Just always there. Always a force to be reckoned.
FloKey.
But we're in France. We got home turf.
So who you got?
Okay. All right.
I got Wawa in top 3 over Fenrich.
All right.
Okay.
In fourth? Uh-oh.
Can I speak words on that?
Go for
it. In my mind's eye, the second you just said Wawa over Fenrich, all that I visualized was Fenrich punishing Wawa for a command grab and TODing a character instantaneously.
No, but the thing is, I feel like that crowd is definitely going to be the good play the factor. Because Fenrich has been both are very seasoned players. I feel like Wawa winning Japan over everybody was an upset in itself. And I think that momentum and being the best, one of the best in France. And, it's just Merui, man. It's Merui.
So, my fourth place pick is one of 2 players. It's either Wawa or it's the winner of the LCQ.
What?
Interesting.
That's actually who I'd have as fourth. Oh my god, do I want to gamble it on my winner of the LCQ?
Which, by the way, for those it would be Tachikawa.
Yes.
Some Vegas odds making. If you write down the LCQ winner, that's double points for having
I
guessed the
feel
name
like I
because the
deserve
name
double
shows up
points when I
twice.
write down Tachikawa as 4th, yeah, and he wins. It's either him or Wawa. Because I could legitimately see Tachikawa getting 4th if he makes it. If he makes it that far. Because he goes to losers. And then he plays against, assumedly, Shanks. And then it would be to kill Sage and Supernoon on the other side, if it goes off this. But if he... No, because if Goichi and Sonic are on the same side, he'd be playing the loser of that? Oh my god. That's so that really does matter.
I'm telling you.
Got a gamble? The gambler?
Alright, I'm gonna pick Wawa then. I wanted my LCQ pick, but ugh. Alright, Wawa gets 4th because he doesn't have to deal with getting eaten up in round 2. Alright, Khalil, who you got?
I actually am taking Tachikawa as in my winner of the LCQ.
Ooh.
Because I think that the thing about the LCQ winner here, based on my own picks, the losers being Tachikawa, Matoi, Polyman, and Kazunoko, I think Tachikawa is the strongest of those players right now. And I think the bracket is pretty good for him in losers, actually. I think he has a shot at anyone in the bracket that is not Goichi or Sonic Fox. I think he has a conceivable shot against anyone. So if he makes it through, and this at this point it would be rested Tachikawa because top 8 bracket happens on Sunday. And he actually gets to think about his opponents. He knows who he's going to be playing, and I think it's a whole different ball game whenever we get the rested LCQ win with all that momentum behind him after everything's said and done.
All right, I can respect it. FloKey.
I got Fenrich. I think that and kind of going back to my point, it's going to be close. I think it's going to go 2-1 last hit between Wawa and Fenrich. So
I can see it coming down the wire.
That's the thing. Like, I wanted to pick Fenrich, but my part was like looking at that crowd and like looking at that scenario. Like, would that robotic style and like that mindset change for like one moment? Because he was at top 2.
Yes.
He almost did it.
All right. Brad Muse, the final pick of the stream. The true final pick. There's no secret category after this.
So when I said it, it's hard. A lot of it is, I think Khalil said it the best. So much of any confidence outside of Sonic and Goichi depends so much on how this seeding works once the pools start. In my head, I could see it going to either to Kill Sage or Wawa, but my heart says Wawa.
All right, and that is it.
Woo!
Full world tour predictions have been made. We have successfully predicted all 16 pools, the round robin pools, and top 4.
Define successfully.
Well, we managed to put them on an Excel sheet, so we got that far. That much success. Now, obviously, we will be keeping a close eye on these. I will be posting about this on Twitter next week, where we will get to kill over the results of this, and FloKey will find out if he's punished FloKey or not. But I really appreciate I love the discussion we got here, because there's a lot of elements that you guys had insight on that just weren't things I had considered or thought about, and I really appreciate you guys both taking the time to come on here and kind of share your feelings. The amount of research you both did and the points you were making were all very, very good.
Like, y'all did your actual homework, and it made the conversation we were having very... That's one of the things that I really do love about this podcast, especially because I keep mentioning we started this podcast. Our first episode was right after the World Tour ended. We had all the fallout from that. Going into this kind of like culminating everything with 2 like amazing guests just made everything so much easier. And seriously, guys, if you do not, and for some reason aren't following either one of these handsome fellas on your screen,
shut up.
Oh,
please make sure you guys are following. These guys are doing a lot of big projects. With Khalil, with all his lovely. Are you streaming on top of this? That is godlike, bro.
Grind does not stop.
I respect it, Khalil.
It does not stop.
As you're blowing up on the low.
It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
How many ads have you run of this stream?
I haven't run many.
Okay.
Because I've been forgetting. Like,
Wait, were you?
I ran like one ad. Like I actually forgot. Like I was.
No, but
I
seriously.
wasn't paying attention.
Well, thank you for restreaming the podcast. That means a lot.
No problem.
No, but yeah. To all the people in Khalil's chat, I will be with you guys this weekend, betting on things and hoping to God that we're correct.
Oh my God, the DGen hours are getting 3 a.m. start.
Yup.
Oh my God.
Also, a big shout out to Brad Muse as well. He's been doing a lot of work.
Let's go, Brad.
Yeah. Shout outs to Boston.
No.
The
If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right. Did you guys see the Smat Pack commercial?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I was dead.
No, but seriously, he's been doing a lot with SFL. So if you guys are interested in Street Fighter at all, he's been doing a lot with Balance Patch. Please give these two a lovely follow. They've been. I know Brad just put out a reel just recently.
He's a great commentator. Hire him for your events.
You guys are very kind.
And then Khalil, just listen.
Look, if you're in the esports industry right now and you need someone who does analytics, who knows how to grow social media, Khalil is your man. He's grown his Twitch, he has grown his Twitter, he has been on the relentless streaming grind. This man knows the industry, and he would be a phenomenal fit for you.
Never ends.
Never ends.
Never ends.
And plus, I want to give a big shout out to JDiesel, working really hard.
Of course.
Making this podcast. We're going into this new year, together, and it's been a journey, JDiesel.
It definitely has.
Oh, you aren't gonna start crying on us, are you?
Nah, it's come full circle. We are 39 episodes deep, and I'm really happy that the podcast has managed to be what it is, and I'm looking forward to another beautiful year of podcasts with phenomenal guests like Khalil and Brad Muse we've had tonight, and with all of the phenomenal guests, and I don't know, the viewers too. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys a lot.
Thank you guys so much for having us. Definitely really fun.
So make sure you guys check the VODs. Is this technically the season finale?
This is the season finale
Oh,
of
damn.
Under the Radar. So,
Bro, oh my God. Season 3. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh God.
I'm sorry you had to settle for me as one of your guests.
not
Ugh.
at all. Well, on screen right now, everyone's Twitter's displayed. Go follow them. They all put out phenomenal content. And I'm going to go ahead and plug. Be on the lookout tomorrow for a very special list that I am going to be publishing. So I might have run analytics on the last 2 years of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I might have some things to share with the community. So
Let's go.
Is it no more bro?
a lot of people might be misremembering seasons 1 and 2, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that on display tomorrow. So be excited, Khalil.
I like
It's a
it.
lot of
I like the
analytics.
numbers. Yeah.
And you know
Give
how
me the
everyone's been
numbers.
putting out lists based off feelings?
Yep.
Oh, we're done. There's zero. We're going to 2 decimal points, baby.
Cold hard
Yeah,
math.
cold hard
Like-
numbers coming out
That's
I
tomorrow.
got a little bit of a sneak peek before you hopped on the call, and it is enlightening. And I think it's going to be the next best thing since Broly needs a 2 million health or whatever the hell you said that
12K
last time.
Broly. 12K Broly.
No, please.
We do have our under the radar tier list that we made last week,
Yes.
which will be posted at some point. Again, it's been an absolute pleasure. We went, it wouldn't have went any other way. Literally watching
Yeah.
Khalil,
And-
like the cosmic moment that's godlike.
Yep.
Rest.
And
But-
we're about wrapped up. This has been a little bit longer episode. So you guys, you've been enjoying Khalil so far on the podcast. So obviously we're going to pass him over to you guys. So be sure not to tune out. We're going to roll the intro. We're going to go ahead and raid Khalil and get you guys over there. You're going to be in good hands. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. I have been JDiesel.
I have been FloKey.
No, you guys.
Staring contest.
Four.
No, go ahead.
You said age before beauty. I forgot. I've been Brad Muse.
And I've been Khalil.
And this has been the next season of Under the Radar. We'll catch you next season. Peace out, guys.
Bye-bye.